Hello and welcome back to another final table commentary. Today we got a 25k super high roller from WCOOP 2025. We got Hello Toddy in the big blind with fucking aces, dude. We got Rate a Lot, Wizzo. Linus Love coming in with the open, Queen 10 suited, Padilla with a big stack. We got Gammy, KZ, HHD, Jan, and Miss Oracle. We got $362,000 for the victory. 6 players will make the money, where we will get $54,000 for a min cash. Ace comes in for a 3-bet, small sizing, 6.5 blinds. It's not the smallest sizing, not something stupid like 4.5. Queen 10 suited takes the spot right into aces. Queen 10 suited looking for clubs. A little 9, dude? No 9, don't do it. No 9 on the river. Linus Love is Gonzo Alonzo. Would have been a dirty little happening there. Hello Toddy with aces again. King Queen for Wizzo. Ace coming to Hello Toddy's house. King Queen comes in for the open. Miss Oracle will get the hell out of there, facing a bigger 3-bet here. 8 blinds to go. Ace for Toddy. King Queen. Oh, not really a calling hand. We could come in for a 4-bet potentially. Another all-in. King Queen rips it into aces. Hearts? A heart. Oh, no heart on the river. Wizzo's gone. 2 fucking absolute monsters. Linus Love, Wizzo gone on the first 2 hands. Toddy up to 94 blinds. Ace Queen for KZ. Ace Queen for Gammy. Sorry if you're listening through headphones. I saw my mic just fucking jump through the roof there. Ace gets fucking all the value in the world, getting those 4-bet jams. Just gonna call by Gammy here. We'll get it back to some reasonable action, surely. We got Miss Oracle with 10.5 blinds. We got a $54,000 min cash. 2 wizards absolutely gone. Sorry, I'm speechless. 10-9 flops a straight draw to the jack. Other 2 players with top pair, top kicker. What a fucking start. I wasn't expecting the Wizzo jam. The Queen 10 suited by Linus. I was like, okay, Linus might just take the spot. Oof. And Wizzo's like, you just had aces, dude. What are you 3-betting me with this time? Surely it's not aces again. Toddy shows him the bad news. Looks like flop checked around here. Flush completes on the turn. You would have expected one of these top pair, top kickers to go for a value bet. We're just going to check it all the way down to the river, where we see the board pair, 3 of hearts. 7.5 blinds in the middle. D-Jan. If they bet, does KZ call in Gammy? Gammy surely still calls, right? D-Jan doesn't throw in the bluff. Would have been interesting. It would have been big too, right? Like, what if D-Jan overbets KZ if they flick in a call? Does Gammy just fold top pair, top kicker? I don't know, man. We get a 5.4 blind bet by KZ. Looks like a value bet. Top pair, top kicker for Gammy will find the call, and we chop up 18 blinds. Ace King for Toddy. Waking up with monsters. Ace 5 for Oracle. Could take the spot. Probably not, though. Yeah, no real reason to. Ace 5. Oh, we will just look for something more reasonable. Ace 3 suited. If folded 2, we might rip. This looks like a jam, if we're being honest. Like, D-Jan's going to have a tough time calling KZ as well. Like, when we still have players in the hand, we have a hard time calling, playing some 50 blinds deep, and then potentially even 80 blinds deep with the 2 big stacks. So does 5-5 flick in a call here? We're going to see, right? But D-Jan's going to have a hard time doing it. They go all the way in the tank. I didn't even realize they had a pocket pair, to be honest with you. They do flick in the call. 5-5 sees a bad ace on the flop. We're looking for a 5. We get the 4 hearts. Miss Oracle gets a little lucky. Nothing wrong with that. They pick up a little bit of a stack. 23 blinds are ahead of Rate a Lot. Just by a little bit now. 10-9 for KZ on the button. We'll open it up. Padilla with Ace King in the big. We'll see if they come in for a 3-bet, or with the shorties, do we just play call and go post flop? We could just 3-bet, take the pot down here. 2.2 blind open. We could make it like 9. We're in the tank. I think it's going to come in. And Padilla goes quite large, 12.5. Guess that's a good spot for me to learn where we just want to put in a whole bunch of chips pre-flop by the pot. Or make a big pot with a strong hand. That makes a lot of sense, eh, Padilla? Anyways, Toddy raises a suited king, takes it down pre. Ace 4 suited for rate a lot in the small. I'm a little worried for him. We'll see what happens here. King 6 suited opens the button. Rate a lot just lets it go. Says, I'm going to think about the $54,000. Ace 9 defends the big blind, however. We get a Jack 5-3 flop. Padilla in position. Super aggressive player here. Toddy covers us, so we might not go too crazy. Padilla still comes in for a small little c-bet here. Quick call by Ace 9 with backdoor flush draw and straight draws. 5 of spades on the turn is a nothing card. I suppose a good card for the big blind to lead. You know, middle pair. Pairs on the turn. Toddy with Ace 9 goes for a lead as a little bluff ski with the best of it and takes the pot down. Jack 9 suited for Gammy. I'm starting to fall in love with the Jack 9 suited more and more. Hopefully they come in for an open here. If we're being honest, it's not the best hand, but it's super playable. It's just like Jack 10 suited, but a pip worse. King Jack for Padilla might come in for an aggressive 3-bet though, punish us for our open. Looks like 40, 50 blinds deep. And a 6.5 blind 3-bet. Not surprised to see it from Padilla. Like, surely Toddy doesn't wake up with aces once again. It's actually a pretty small 3-bet. 6.5 blinds, and it will get the job done. Nice fold by Jack 9 suited. Was a bluff by Padilla, but they were dominated in that situation. King 9 suited. Looks like rate a lot just lets that shit go on from the cutoff. Ace 10 from the button. Toddy opens it up. We got ducks for D-Jan in the big. Surely just a call and we'll see 3 cards. Play a little post flop, right? Queen, queen, 5. Backdoor clubs for D-Jan. That pair of deuces is still best. Hello, Toddy. Goes for a c-bet. Some players do like a good check raise on these sort of boards. I don't know if the underpair wants to do it. We'll find out. D-Jan says, yes sirree. We do want to come in for a small little check raise, 4.3. Not too many pennies to call for Ace 10. We got a few outs here. Ace 10s, 5s. Runner, runner, queen, queen. We get a 4 on the turn. We could always bluff this pair of 2s off the pot, but Ace 10 has some showdown value, so it might not pull the trigger. There's still flush draws, potentially straight draws now. Some sort of 6-7 is certainly wrapped around the 5. That could go for a raise on the flop. You would expect some sort of like 6-7 of diamonds. Or like 6-8. That kind of works too. Close to being wrapped around the 5. But then you might also get 6-4, which made a pair on the turn. Hello, Toddy reasonably checks it back. 6 on the river. Do we try to bluff off the pair of 2s? Like a 5's going to call us, so like Ace 10 probably doesn't even go for a bet here. Probably just show it down. Hope he's got like King 7 or something. King 7 of clubs. Toddy says, fuck it, dude. We're going to bet 11.5. It's going to put a lot of pressure on 2s, but they might still flick in the call here. We'll see what D-Jan thinks. Now with Toddy, we'll see if he gets respect. They are an aggressive player, let me tell you. They typically don't get respect watching these final tables. As we've seen in the first 2 minutes of this one here, in the 25k, where they just get aces twice. People are 4-bet jamming everything. Deuce for D-Jan here. And they're a player I haven't seen too much of. They seem to be very present during the WCOOP here. They find the call with the ducks. Not an easy play, but they still find it. Very nicely done by DJ, and that will put them in first place. Ace-4 suited in the small is a 3-betting hand. Surely we will get an open here. Padilla with King-9 suited and Toddy with a Queen-Jack. Might just fold facing the open though. DJ, however, we can 3-bet, get 7s to fold the big blind. Beautiful spot for DJ. King-9 suited is almost a 4-betting hand, right? I don't think you want to call. Oh, DJ takes the passive line and calls. Pre-flop 7s come along. Queen 5-4. What's going on here? Bottom pair, top kicker. DJ thinking about a lead. Hopefully just checks. They bet 1 blind. We got 7s with the best of it. And the straight draw to the 6 for KZ. They call. King-9. 2 overcards will hit the muck. 2 on the turn. Looks like DJ picked up a straight draw to the 3. Ace-4 or 3 for DJ. They check it on over. They did just bet 1 blind on the flop. I don't gotta put too many more pennies in. Padilla would have made top pairs. The flush completes. It doesn't really matter. Does not matter. KZ with the 7s has the best of it. DJ not going to turn that 4 into a bluff. We'll just show it on down. 9.5 blinds. Slide over to KZ. King-10 suited for Padilla. They'll come in for another open here. Jack-9 suited for Toddy. They might call and see a flop. No. They say, fuck it, dude. This Oracle with Ace-Queen. Think we just jam, right? It is kind of weird. Okay, so we got 20 blinds. This Oracle's going to take the spot. Padilla just folds, right? King-10 suited. Don't think we get this in here, Padilla. No. Ace-Queen will just take it down. But I'm thinking, like, in this Oracle shoes, we surely want to take a 3-bet jam spot. I suppose if they come, we don't want to just, like, blind down, let Rate-A-Lot pick up a pot or 2, and then we're in last place. Miss Oracle does need to pick up some chips here. 25 blinds for them. Did Gammy just call from the small? I could rewind, but it looks like an open call from the small. 6.3 blinds. Am I wrong? 2 blinds plus 2 blinds plus the big blind and the antes. I don't think there was a 3-bet pre. Queen 7 goes for a hefty bet on the 9-8-4 flop. King on the turn. Gammy surely going to hang in there. Let's see if KZ fires away. 14.5 blinds in the middle. KZ blocks some straight draws. They say, yeah, King looks good for me. 10.5 blinds, dude. What are you going to do about it? Gammy just so happens to have one of the best hands. Ace-King. Top pair, top kicker. Queen on the river. This surely just goes check now that KZ has showdown value. They don't want to blast it off into some sort of Jack 10 or set. Queen 7 checks and loses. Gotta say, I do like the bluff by KZ just to go 2 streets, put a pressure on Gammy there. But Gammy does have 54 blinds now. 7-4 suited on the button. 7-6 for Padilla in the small. Rate-A-Lot with Ace-King will get a chance to 3-bet and take the pot down. Is there ever a world where Padilla 3-bets 7-6 here and is priced in facing a 4-bet jam? No, they just call from the small. Surely 15.5 blinds is enough to have some fold equity. Take another 13.5 to call and you got 7 high. Yeah, you're just out of there. Rate-A-Lot will take the pot down. They're up to 20 blinds and we got a break to skip through. Man, action came at us quite fast there. Right from the very get-go. Toddy getting aces twice, knocking 2 bodies out. Again, like, arguably 2 of the best players. Linus Love and Wizzo. Obviously, everybody here in the 25K final table is very capable, but those are 2 strong bodies. D-Jan with King Jack opens it up from early position. 5-5 for Gammy. We'll call from the cutoff. We get a Jack 6-6 flop. Looks kind of harmless if you got 5-5, if we're being honest. And D-Jan checks over top pair with a good kicker. Gammy could think about a little bet here. Reasonably checks though. 10 on the turn. Like, we could have charged some sort of ace high. Or just bought the pot off of it. D-Jan bets full pot on the turn. Flush draw out there. Straight draws out there. 5-5 might just hit the muck. This is a big bet, dude. Yeah, 5-5 doesn't have too much of a reason to hang in there. It's a curious check on the flop, but it's a very dry board. Jack 6-6. Gammy with King Jack this time. We'll see if they come in for the open. They got a couple shorties behind them, and they got an aggressive Toddy and Padilla. They think about it for a little bit, and they say, fuck this situation. We're just going to wait till we lock up the 54,000. King Jack is a very playable hand with 50 blinds, but you're just going to get pushed around here too often. Miss Oracle flopping a fucking flush. Queen 7-6. Toddy with bottom pair. Doesn't have a whole lot of showdown value. We could turn this one into a bluff. We'll see how many streets they go. Surely Miss Oracle will just give Toddy all the rope in the world here. Get a call on the flop. Ace on the turn. I wonder if Miss Oracle even checks back the turn. Toddy slows right down with that pair of sixes. We could bet small so we can get it all in on the river easily. But if we check, Toddy might just rip. Yes, beautiful play by Oracle. I really kind of want to see a Toddy jam. The beautiful play by Oracle. They deserve a full double up. Toddy checks. They are not going to get it. 8-6 with no showdown value. Toddy says, there's no way I'm not being trapped here. Looks to be a hefty bet, about half of Oracle's chips. Toddy's still in the hand. Do we ever check raise jam? Don't do it, dude. We got a straight blocker and bottom pair. Toddy goes in the tank. Is there any way pair sixes is good? I don't think so. Fold, Toddy. I did kind of want to see Oracle get the full double. So if we get a jam by Toddy, there's the double for you. Toddy's still in the tank. Feels like it's just going to be a call rather than a jam, if we're being honest. Like, I don't think we tank this long and then rip it in. Toddy says, yeah, there's just no way a pair of sixes is good here. They find the fold. Oracle takes down a few pennies, bringing them up to 26 blinds. Giving them a little bit of breathing room, overrate a lot. But they're still in the game with 19.5, of course. Queen 10 suited. Toddy opens and takes it down pre. Ace Queen for KZ. 5-5 for D-Jan. 10-9 for Toddy. Just quickly folds from the cutoff. 5-5. What do? We cover the big blind. We could limp. We could raise. Well, that was some fucking next level commentary there. 5-5 elects to limp it in. Ace Queen raises to 3.5. There's a lot of strategies when you're short stacked where you take your pocket pairs, limp them in, face a raise, you jam. However, playing like 50 some blinds deep, I think you just call here. D-Jan says yes sirree. Just call with your 5 and your 5. Jack 4 flop. Fair board for 5s. Fair board for 5s. Ace Queen goes for a little bet, 2 blinds. About 8 in the middle. We get a call. Jack on the turn. We got a boat. Ace Queen can even think about a value bet here. Ace Queen beats a lot of stuff. It doesn't want to get check raised, that's for sure. But we can bet small. We just go to the river for free. And a bet small might induce a raise a lot. So I do like the check back by KZ. Fuck what I was saying about betting small there. But Ace Queen's strong enough to value bet, so you can probably hero call here sometimes too. 5-5 will think about a value bet. 8.9 just about into 12. 9 on the river. Oof. Yeah, ace queen finds the hero call, says this is too interesting of a situation. Ace queen too strong of a hand. We gotta pay this bet off. Limp pot, raise to 3.5. Get a call. Small C bet on the paired board. 3 of a kind on the turn. We check it back. Big bet by our opponent. Yeah, ace queen just hero calls there. Queen 7 opens it up, and KZ takes the spot with ace 3 suited. 3 bets. Takes the pot down. 9-8 suited for Miss Oracle. They're going to pass on the spot from the hijack. Not really a spot if we're being honest. Everybody behind them covers them. You got 9 high. Queen 10 for D-Jan. Big stack. Opens it up. 10-9 suited for KZ. Just finds the call from the button. 9 on the flop. 9-6-3. KZ with top pair. We got a couple overs for D-Jan, and one of them is real dirty. D-Jan bets 5 blinds into 6.8. We're in trouble here unless they find a queen, of course. We got some backdoor straight draws and flush draws. 10 on the turn. Bad news for D-Jan. Bad news. They turn top pair. This does kind of look like a full double up for KZ unless D-Jan just slows right down. But don't we call a turn bet? There's some nasty rivers. There's some nasty rivers, that's for sure. Any 8 or 7, a diamond sucks. A jack could slow, or jack, a queen is super interesting, dude. Anyways, D-Jan bets small here, 5.5. Doesn't size up the river jam. KZ says, maybe I want to get it all in on the turn here. Do I raise to like 12 blinds? It's going to scare away a lot of shit if we're being honest. KZ says, I'm just going to rip it in. 8-7, do you have it, dude? Do you have 6-6? I got top 2, and queen 10 hits the muck. Nice fold by D-Jan. And I like the small bet there. You really find out where you are. You get value from worse. Sometimes you get bluffed off the pot, though, which sucks. But in this instance, on the 25k money bubble, do you really get bluffed off the pot a whole lot? It's not as likely. Queen 10 had an easy fold there, facing top 2. D-Jan opens up king jack, takes it down pre. And they get a 9-5 suited. A very interesting hand here. You got 9 high, you're suited and connected though. You got this big stack. You got Toddy in the big blind who's likely to defend. D-Jan says, I'll just fold. Queen 10 for rate a lot. Like, you could rip, but man, is this spicy. Rate a lot says, fuck all of it, dude. Queen 10 will just fold the small blind. Fuck all of it. I don't know what the right strategy is here. For rate a lot, you know, like, you got 17 blinds. You gotta play a few pots, right? Yeah, like, I guess jamming is kind of stupid. I was just thinking, like, the reason why you would jam is because you expect to get raised so much if you limp it in. If you open to, like, 2.5 blinds, you'll get jammed off the pot a lot. It's just stupid. Sometimes you gotta go play post-flop, too, out of position. Or, like, queen high. It's like, oof. Anyways, Gammy and Padilla both flop top pair. Goes check, check, 10 on the turn. Padilla makes top 2. There's a lot of straights I completed. I guess neither player should really have them in this instance, though. 8-6 and Jack 8. And there's a Queen Jack that's open-ended, which is a little more likely. Gammy does block that, so they can say, hey, I do block some Queen Jack. There's still club draws. Padilla bets 4.2 with top 2. Gammy surely has to call the turn. See what the river brings us. Again, another spot where there's a lot of nasty cards. The deuce of diamonds is certainly not one of them. I'm thinking an 8-6. A club is pretty dirty. Padilla just value bets here. Ace 9, Ace 7, Ace 2. Suited? Does that open for Gammy? Not as likely. You're going to see a lot of Ace King, Ace Queen, Ace Jack. That didn't bet the flop. A little bit Wanted to keep the pot small, I suppose. Padilla wisely doesn't overbet here, says, I still just gotta get paid off by one pair. It's not as likely you got two pairs. Gammy with a good kicker, the ace queen. Unblocks, flushes. You might prefer to have a king, probably, obviously. Ace queen just hits the muck. Nice fold by Gammy. The queen blocks queen jack, which really sucks. Where you don't expect as much king queen to go for the big bomb. Wait, that doesn't matter. Wait, yeah, it does. That's why you would prefer to have ace king, right? Does that even matter? Would king queen just still play it the same as queen jack? Sorry, I might have just really fucked up a lot of my thoughts there. Ace queen in the end hits the muck. I'm just trying to think about it, dude. 7 jack. No, I'm just completely fucked up after Gammy folds. I thought we were paying the bet off. I thought we were gonna pay it off, and now I'm confused. Hello, Toddy with the open-ended straight draw and flush draw to boot. Jack high facing the lead though. KZ as well with the open-ended straight draw, just the shit end of it. Got a king of hearts on the turn. That's no help for Toddy. We got about 57 blinds, but we got exactly 57 blinds behind. 8 in the middle. Does KZ go bombs away? You don't really want to push around the big stack, do you? Like, it's not really a value bet. Ace high does have the best hand though. Has Toddy ever raised their draw? They just ripped the turn, dude. They just jammed 60 blinds on the turn. Gonna get ace 3 off the pot, that's for sure. I was wondering if we're gonna raise it all. Toddy says, yeah, all of the chips. All of them. How about that? Ace 3. What are you gonna do? Miss Oracle with ace king suited. Not too much behind. They're not gonna get punished too hard, I don't think. 10-7 for Gammy. Could defend the big blind. They are facing a bigger open 2.5 blinds, and if we're being honest, Gammy seems to be in one of the most difficult positions where they really do not want to make it a three-way battle for who's gonna bubble. You know, Gammy's got the 40 blind stack. There's like an established pecking order here. Djan, Toddy, they're fighting for top 2. Padilla right behind there, staying active. KZ as well. And Gammy, unfortunately, is slowed down. Folds the ace queen, saved them quite a few chips there, actually. Not betting the flop was interesting with top pair and a fair kicker, but other than that, they played the hand beautifully. So we got Miss Oracle facing a 3-bet here. Very small. They got ace jack suited. Ace 9-0 for Djan. You take the spot, make it 5.1 blinds to go. What does Miss Oracle elect to do? You really don't want to call here. That's probably true. You might just want to 4-bet jam or fold. Miss Oracle says, yeah, I'll just rip and take the pot down pre. But getting back to the pecking order, after you get through the big stacks in Gammy, you got the 2 shorter stacks. Miss Oracle kind of, after that pot there, said, hey Gammy, I'm not too far behind you, dude. Truly not too far behind you. Right a lot says, fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. No, they're probably not that disrespectful. Ace queen for KZ will come in for a 3-bet to 8.5 blinds facing the Toddy open and Djan call. Toddy says, I'm out of there, dude. No way we get a back raise 4-bet, right? Ace queen doesn't back raise 4-bet. That's not going to happen here. Right, Djan? We don't really want to call. Do we want to call? We don't really want to fold. Something tells me we back raise 4-bet. No, in the end, ace queen just hits the muck, so KZ will take the pot down pre. Djan says, I don't really want to give you any chips in this instance. Probably the worst hand you have there is ace queen. Djan, queen jack. They come in for the open, ace 9 suited for Toddy in the big. Looks like Toddy covers him, eh? Just barely. Probably like 0.5 blinds. We got a Jack 10 3 flop. No diamonds for Toddy. They got a couple backdoor straight draws, but top pair for D-Jan likely just bets and takes the pot down. Alright. Ace 9. We get a free turn. How about that? 9 of hearts. Free turn. Pleasant. D-Jan, what you gonna do? Surely we bet. We bet quite large. And Toddy just swiftly folds ace 9. That's a nice play there by Toddy. Says, picked up a hand. A hand still sucks. Somehow D-Jan shows up with top pair, open-ended straight draw. Ooh, ace king for rate a lot. They'll take down the blinds and antes as they rip it in for 13. King jack for oracle. Somehow hasn't folded yet. They are thinking there's a lot of pocket pairs here, right? Lots of pocket pairs. Every once in a while you get a queen jack, a jack 10 suited rip. Maybe not in the 25k. Maybe so though. Rate a lot's an aggressive player. Miss Oracle thought about it for a second with king jack and they find the fold. 3-3 for Toddy. Ace queen in the small. Do we just call? Do we 3-bet? What the fuck do we do here? Can you imagine if Toddy takes a flip with 3-3? We get the 3-bet all in. We'll see if Toddy takes the spot. They say no sirree. 25k money bubble will fold. Miss Oracle continues to claw away, getting closer towards Gammy. There's 3 blinds behind. Queen jack for Toddy opens it up. Ace 6 for KZ in the big blind. Playing about 50 blinds deep, we get a call. King 10 8 flop. Open end reverse ace high. Looks like a spot where Toddy bets and takes the pot a lot. They go small, 1.8. KZ just folds. Not surprised there at all. Ace 8 suited for D-Jan. A couple 9s in the small blind. Kind of a tricky hand to play here. I'm not too sure what to do in KZ's shoes. 47 blinds deep. I think we just click the call button. We don't really want a 3-bet in this instance. Gammy gets the chance to come along with 6-5 suited. Top set. A middle pair and a straight draw to the 7 and the backdoor flush draw for Gammy. KZ with the best of it, of course. Ace 8 suited backdoor nut flush draw with that middle pair top kicker. They go for a C bet here, 1.88, giving away their hand. Top set will call. 6-5 suited could flick in a call here too. We also could just fold and preserve chips. We got 4 clean outs. Interesting spot here for 6-5. We think about it for a while. 10 on the turn. KZ checks. Ace 8 probably just gives it up. Queen jack gets there. Jack 7, 7-6. Diamonds even get there. One liner to a 7, one liner to a queen. Horrific run out for top set, you know. 10 on the turn, completes some straights, brings in the flush draw. Jack on the river, completes the flush, and now there's one-liners. Ace 8 could bluff. We'll see if D-Jan finds it. No, they are just giving it up here. 9-9 will take the pot down. Another 9-9 this time for Gammy. KZ if they open queen 7. That'll be a way to get a little action with 9s. Other than that, Padillo at 9-4 in the big blind. Doesn't matter what price they're getting. They're not coming along to the flop here. See if Gammy 3-bets. They got 30 blinds. They find the 3-bet to 13.5. Willing to get it in. It's a big ass 3-bet, dude. A big ass 3-bet will get through pre. Ace 7 versus 9-9. KZ will come in for another open 9-9. We'll think about another 3-bet. We'll see if we just call though. We have a few more pennies. We recover rate a lot now. By 34. Or by 4. Holy shit, my word vomit is indicating I need a little break. But I've only been doing this for like half hour. A long day. Long day in the office. 8-5-3 flop. Gammy with the overpair. They check it back. 7 on the turn gives KZ a little bit of showdown value. They check it on over. They don't have a reason to bluff, but they even pay off a bet here, dude? 7 on the turn, like 6-4 and 6-9. Probably not going to exist in Gammy's range. What do you expect to see? A lot of pocket pairs. Would 6-6 bet the turn? Maybe. 6-6 is a reasonable bet on the turn. 8 on the river. 6s probably just check. 4-4 if it bets the turn, checks. What about a miss heart draw? Some sort of jack 10 of hearts. That might bluff the river. Board pairs, your heart draw misses. You bet real small. Much less likely you're bluffing. 9-9 for Gammy. KZ snaps calls. Sees the bad news and we're moving on along. Ace-5 for KZ. I wonder if there's a worse 7x that ever bets there in Gammy's shoes. Like, that very small bet is not indicative of much strength. Anyways, Ace-King for Padilla will come in for a 3-bet and surely just take the pot down pre unless KZ wants to come in for a 4-bet. Looking to take the pot down pre. Then Padilla will 5-bet, taking the pot down pre for real. There's the 4-bet. I wasn't actually expecting it. We're gonna get all the nonsense I was saying though. Like, surely Padilla just yoinks this in. He's king, super strong hand. Ace-5 surely just has to fold. About a 50 blind jam, a little bit less than that. 45, 46 effective. Padilla gets the jam through. Ace and a queen. Excuse me. Ace queen. Gammy comes in for the open. Padilla with Ace-8. Another 3-bet here. 6.5 blinds to go. Tough spot for Gammy with Ace Queen. Don't fold. Oh, but we cover 3 players. Oof. You would just want to shoot yourself in the head if you ended up losing this pot. Like, all in. You know? You'll lose a little. You see a little Ace Queen 8 flop. Maybe an 8 on the turn. Your opponent makes a boat sneakily. And not very likely. We've seen Gammy just fold top pair earlier as well. Anyways, very interesting situations for Gammy to find themselves in. Another 40 blind open. Ace-Jack goes for a C-bet on the King 8-3 flop with the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. 9-7 with backdoors as well. 3 in a row. Could come in for a check raise. Ace-Jack might fold if you make it big enough. Oh, in the end, the 9-7 thinks about it, and D-Jan will just fold. Gammy gets one through there, even though they had the best of it. They avoided the check raise, which is most important. Jack for Miss Oracle. They'll come in for the open. We'll see what size they go. 2.5. A little bit smaller, 2.3. Excuse me. KZ calls Queen 10. Ace-4 3 flop. Miss Oracle says, what the fuck, dude? I open jacks and poker stars, throws out an ace. They go for a C-bet, not afraid at all. Take the pot down. Jack-9 suited for Miss Oracle. We'll see if they come in for another open here. They cover a KZ now, which is interesting. They're in third last. KZ does find the open. They go back to the bigger size, 2.5 blinds, 10-7-0 for Gammy in the big. We'll see if they end up defending here or not. No, not today. E7 suited could open. This Oracle might just pass after opening the past few hands. They say no. I'm going to come right back in there for another open. 2.5 blinds. KZ with Ace-Jack on the button. They'll think about a 3-bet, and they actually just let this shit go. They say Ace-Jack no good, even though it's the best of it. KZ says I cover right a lot by quite a few chips, 16 blinds. More than double what they have. I just gotta fold and wait till right a lot busts. Right, a lot says, yo, I am just waiting for a cooler. KZ with ace 10. Gammy with king queen. KZ opens. King queen suited. Could 3-bet here. Spicy spot. Right, a lot would get out of there with ace 7. We just get a call by this suited broadways, and ace 7 still hits the muck. Jack 5-5 flop. Seems like right a lot saying, how long can I last for, guys? How long can I last for? Hopefully there's a cooler in that time. Flop goes check, check, 4 clubs on the turn. Does give Gammy a flush draw with their 2 Broadway cards. Plenty of outs. They could go for a bet. They could just check and see the river. They could just fold. They could just throw their hand away. Unless they've disabled that option, which is wise. Gammy bets the flush draw and takes the pot down. King 10 for Padilla. Padilla opens. 8-4-0 for Toddy. Padilla gets it through. Alrighty, what do we got here, Poker Stars? What do you got for us? King Jack for D-Jan. We'll see if they come in for the open. They do only have 55 blinds, but it still does look like an open. It's good to note that players are getting a little bit shorter as we've progressed. Ace Queen for Gammy once again. Disastrous holding for him so far here today. Ace Queen suited. Gammy finds the call. Miss Oracle with a few more pennies. As the old Jack 4 suited, we'll let that one go from the big blind. Queen 9 2 flop. D-Chan with the straight draw. And it sure as shit feels like it's coming. Looks like we're going to find a 10 on the turn. D-Jan was also going to c-bet, so maybe we're not. Gammy could just bet and take the pot down, but they've shown that they've checked back flops with top pair, top kicker before. I guess top pair, good kicker last time. Anyways, Gammy does check back the flop. D-Jan as well checked a flop with top pair before. They know they got the toppest of pairs in their range. They'll go for a bluff ski here. 6.4 blinds, full pot. You're looking for a 10 and a king, I suppose. A king would work as well. Straight draw and overcard. And we blocked the flush draw, so a spade we could also bluff. 8 of diamonds, we block Jack 10. Do we fire a barrel? Man, I don't know. 19 blinds in the middle mean a lot. We would have to bet pretty big, right? Like, if we only bet 13 blinds, it feels like we're just going to get called by a pair of queens. Can we get a 9 to fold? Some sort of 10s or jacks? D-Jan says, man, I don't know. I'm not going to just rip it in here. Stack to pot ratio about 2 to 1. I'm not going to overbet rip, right? Ace Queen for Gammy just finds the check there. Top pair, top kicker says Jack 10 gets there. There's a few sets that probably would have bet. Feels like Gammy could have value bet, even though it looks like they recognize their opponent just had a bluff there. But there might be some like king queen or something that pots the turn, checks the river, trying to keep the pot a little bit small, checking the flop. Weird spot. Gammy says it's just best to keep the pot small. Checks the river, sees the good news. They are in what, second place? 57 blinds. Gammy has played a bit more of a passive game, but it's worked out for him. Jack versus king queen. I shouldn't have been talking about Gammy. We got a flip here. King or queen? No. Oh, this is a chop. Board makes a straight. I was just yapping away about Gammy's gameplay. KZ takes the spot with king queen of diamonds, rips it in. I think that was a 4-bet, right? No, wait. Okay, so we'd get a 3-bet from the small. No, okay, so we get an open under the gun by KZ. Toddy 3-bets to 5.5 or whatever it was. KZ rips it in. I got a big flip. So it was a 4-bet jam. My apologies for fucking up the hand. King 2 suited for D-Jam. They raise it up to 3 blinds. KZ with the fucking devil's hand, ace queen. 26 blinds deep. We could almost rip, right? Are we ever coming for a smaller 3-bet? In other situations, probably. right? Nah, maybe we just jam here all the time. It does just kind of feel like a jam for 26, 27 blinds there in KZ's shoes. I suppose you could call, but man. Weird one. Weird one. KZ says just rip and take it down. Rate a lot says, why is there no coolers dealer? What's up with this Poker Stars? Hello, Toddy with ace 8 suited comes in for the open. Miss Oracle with king 4 suited hasn't folded yet. Is a 3-bet coming in here? It would work. Miss Oracle says, no, I was just looking away from the screen playing 15 tables, dude. Toddy gets one through. Jack 10, we'll see if they come in for another open. Have 59 blinds. Padilla is in the big. That might deter them from an open here. They might say fuck this spot. They do. Toddy does say fuck this spot. Miss Oracle with ace 4. Another hand that can open. KZ with ace king suited says somebody please open. But we got another hand that we might just find a fold. Yeah, another fold by a potential open. KZ says what is going on here? Why is everybody folding? They come in for the min raise. Padilla with 7-5 in the big blind. Do we fold? Okay, we're not going to 3-bet. We can call and see a flop. Padilla says, okay, we'll call and see a flop. 7-5-2. Top 2 pairs for Padilla. KZ with 2 overcards sees a lead here for a very small 1.35 into 5.4. You got a backdoor straight draw, 2 overcards. No backdoor flush draw, but we do pick up a 3 on the turn, so we got 4 outs to the 4. 4 outs to the 4. Feels like that should rhyme or something, but it sure as shit doesn't. No. Anyways, Padilla bets quite large on the turn here. Not sizing up the river jam. Could have went larger. Interesting spot for ace king. Says there's still some like open enders. 6-4 got there. Ace 4 got there as well. In the end, KZ does find the correct fold with the old ace king. That's no good. Lose a few pennies. Right a lot with ace jack. Looks to get a double here. Padilla with 7-2 might just walk it out. They could rip it in 2. We'll see what the fuck they do. 7-2 suited. Could see a bunch of 7s, 2s, and clubs. Ace jack will get this in with 60-some%. We got a straight draw to the 8. No way, man. No, what? We were drawing to a chop with a 7. Padilla with 7-2 rips it in. Ace jack calls. Rated lots. Gonzo, Alonzo. We're down to 6. We're in the money with 54k locked up, and we get a break. I will be right back, dude. Alrighty, so we're in the money with $54,000 locked up. 5th place gets 80,000. 4th place gets 116. 3rd gets 169,000. 2nd place gets about 250k. Just over 360 for the victory. 10-10 for D-Jan comes in for the open. Miss Oracle defends Jack 8 suited. We get an ace queen 2 flop. A C bet from the 10s. Miss Oracle with a backdoor straight flush draw that isn't possible with D-Jan holding the 10 of spades just folds. Ace king suited for Toddy. Coming for a min open. Ace 9 for KZ. I'm probably going to let this one go, right? Toddy's going to come in for a lot of opens. We could find a wide 3-bet here. KZ says, no, I'll move along. D-Jan playing about 40 blinds deep with 6-8 in the big. Thought think about coming along to the flop here. Probably just playing call, right? Certainly no reason to 3-bet. They say let's just fold. Look for a better spot. Could make a few ladders if KZ or Miss Oracle busts out. 9-9 for Miss Oracle. They'll raise the button. Padilla with a defending hand. 10-4 suited. A little bit more in a min raise. Nothing too exciting here. Just a call and we'll see 3 cards, right? That's what I thought last time too. Do get the call this time. Ace, ace, king flop. Not a good one for 9-9. No. Might be good enough for C-bet to take the pot down. 1.3 blinds or something. 1.3 exactly by Miss Oracle. A bet and take the pot down, and we're moving on along. 4-4 for Toddy, opening it up. KZ with Queen Jack suited. Tough spot for him. Toddy's, again, going to be getting after it here pre-flop. Don't really want to 3-bet Queen Jack suited. Potentially could call. KZ says, I have 22 blinds. I don't really want to call here. Gammy in the big will defend King 10, and we get a disastrous 10-6-4 flop. Bottom set for Toddy comes in for a 2-blind bet. Quick call by the King 10, Jack on the turn. Like, I don't think Gammy goes broke here, but we might want to pay off a bet on the turn. 7 more blinds. Feels like we have to pay it off, dude. Gammy says, no, I'm out of there. Gammy's not afraid to make the big folds here today. They've been right for the most part. 8-6 suited versus Ace-Jack. Both players with spades. Got a limp pot. Toddy raises to 3.5 real swiftly. Like, personally, I like to call 8-6. But in this situation where Gammy covers DJ, Miss Oracle, and KZ, they have to find the fold here. They can't play too much. Ace-4 suited. Miss Oracle opens. Gammy might just fold King Jack. Like, do we 3-bet? No, we're just gonna let it go. Calling feels disastrous. Miss Oracle's open, gets through pre. I think Toddy folded a suited ace as well. Could have came in for a 3-bet. Miss Oracle's under the gun open, got a little respect. Padilla with 5-4 suited will come in for the open. 10-8 in the big for Miss Oracle. Got about 32 blinds in total. Gonna see a 10-8-6 flop. No immediate draw for Padilla. They got a backdoor straight flush draw. They can't really hit the high end of their straight here and put a straight on the board. Could go 7-3 for a straight, 3-2 for a straight. We go see a check and a check. Queen on the turn. Padilla picks up no equity, a pair of 10s. Surely we'll take the pot down unless Padilla goes for a big bluffski here. Could put a lot of pressure on the 10, especially on some nasty river cards. Miss Oracle gets a free river. King of diamonds, 1-liner to a jack. Miss Oracle with third pair somehow, hasn't checked it over yet. They go in the tank, check it over. 5 high for Padilla. Kind of hard to show this one down. Feels like we have to throw in a bluff. What size do we go? I think full pot. Padilla says a little bit less. 4.8 into about 5.7. Does look like a value bet if we're being honest. You wouldn't expect much King X to go for the value bet on the river here. Some sort of King 9 maybe. Like some Queen 9, Queen 10 would have bet the turn. Almost Queen X, right? Like King Queen would have bet the turn probably. Some sort of King 6 suited maybe. Very few combos of that. And then there's Jack X. In the end, Miss Oracle does some math and we'll give Padilla a little respect with their raise there. 5-4, he gets away with one. 5-4. Don't know what I said, but 5-4 is what Padilla had. Ace-4 suited. Toddy opens it up. KZ with another ace from the button. We'll let it go 10-8 for D-Jan in the big. If I'm being honest, if I'm in D-Jan's shoes, I think I want to see some flops here. We got Miss Oracle who's getting after it. KZ and Gammy seemingly have a... I don't want to say, like, what's the right word? Like, tightened up is my original thought. But they're playing a more snug game. Like KZ with ace-8 hopefully finds the open here off 20. They could get put in a lot of... they could be put in a lot of situations. Not in this instance. I'll face a lot of 3-bets, but the ace-8 hits the muck. See, it seems like KZ and Gammy have kind of taken a more passive approach. Ace 3 suited for D-Jan. I don't know if I would 3-bet here. Yeah, they say no siree. Toddy with 10-10. Under the gun open. Gammy with Queen 8 suited. Like, surely we defend the big blind. King 5-2, 1 spade. We can just check fold Queen 8. Toddy bets 1.7, about a third pot, and they take it on down. Ace 8 suited. Oracle will probably open it up. Yes, sirree. 9-7 suited for Toddy, and the big blind will call. We'll see 3 cards. So what has PokerStars got cooked up for us here today? Toddy hasn't clicked the call button yet. There we go. 666, the devil's number. How pleasant. Hey, PokerStars, what do you got cooked up for us today? Oh, just the devil? Satan, you know? 1.7 blind bet by Oracle. They take the pot down. That's some funny shit right there. Oh, PokerStars. Satanic motherfuckers. No, I'm joking. Jack 10 suited. Hello, Toddy. Limps it in. 3-3 for KZ. Do we just jam here? We got 20 blinds, sorry. I got deep in some thoughts. No, 3-3. We'll check it back. Ace, Queen, 6 flop. Jack 2 suited. Backdoor flush draw. Backdoor straight draw. Finds a 2 on the turn. That's no good. I wonder if it deters Toddy from betting, or does it make them more inclined to bet? Like they could bet to protect. They bet the 2-2 and 3-3 will just hit the muck. See, like KZ could have ripped pre. It's a it's a limp pot, so like jamming 20 feels a little weird if we're being honest, but they still could have done it. Anyways, KZ moves along with about 18 blinds. They get this ace 10 here. Ace 10 from the button. It is a weird one. 18 blinds. We can open rip, just min raise. KZ says I'll elect to do the min raising option. D-Jan with no hand in the big blind just folds. Gammy with ace jack suited comes in for the open. Ace king for Oracle. See if Gammy can find another nice fold here today. Surely Miss Oracle comes in for a 3-bet to like 7 blinds or something. They go a little smaller, 6. Gammy with that ace jack suited. In theory, they can put a lot of pressure on Miss Oracle here with a 4-bet jam. Obviously, it wouldn't work out here, and Gammy says, I'm just going to preserve to my strategy here. It's worked out for me so far. They've actually avoided about 4 or 5 situations where they should have lost a lot more chips. So whatever you want to say, or whatever I've been saying about the tight play, it's worked out very well for Gammy. KZ. Haven't seen enough of it yet to see if it's worked out for him or not. Like if we somehow get a Hello Toddy punt into Padilla or something like that, everybody's laughing. But these tighter plays will have looked rather reasonable. Anyways, 8-7 suited for D-Jan, just gonna find the fold. We get a King 3 suited for Padilla, they'll open it up. Hello Toddy with 6-9 in the big blind. They're not even gonna play it. King 6 suited for Toddy could potentially come in for a 3-bet if there's an open, such as the 7-5 suited for the big stack. Gammy with Queen 9 on the button. I also wouldn't mind seeing it just fold to Toddy, because King 6 suited for about 20 blinds is an interesting hand here. Like, are we just going to play a limp strategy? King 6 suited just hits the muck. Padilla is open, we'll take it down pre. Maybe Toddy says, I know what my image is here. Everybody knows I like to throw chips around. Get after it. So we saw earlier in the final table here, 2 players 4-bet jammed. King high and queen high, so... Hello Toddy says, maybe I just play snug. I'll use my image to build a big stack and then just preserve it. Maybe get heads up, lock up 250k or some shit. Battle it out for another 111, oh, I don't want to do that math. It's like 110,000, 115,000. There we go, I did it. $115,000 heads up battle. That's a big number there. 115,000. 6-7 suited for Toddy comes in for the open. Their hearts are dominated by Djan's ace-9. We don't get any hearts out there. A little jack 5-3 flop a straight draw to the 4 for Toddy. Wonder if a c-bet just takes the pot down. We don't know. We won't know. We won't find out. 8 on the turn as the flop goes check check. Toddy is open-ended. Ace-9 is still best here. Toddy, 6 and a 7, checks it on back. Interesting. Yeah, Toddy's not throwing the chips around like they usually do. And a free queen on the river. Djan with the ace high checks once again. That'd be kind of interesting to see if we just check down to the river, miss our straight draw, fire a bluff on the queen. 10-9 got there. Toddy bets 2 blinds. This looks like it could be a queen itself. Get some respect there, Djan. Ace high with the straight blocker says, yeah, I can't really call here, dude. It's a 2-blind bet, but every chip matters at this moment. Queen 4 suited for Djan. Like, do we fold the small blind? No, we do a limp it in. Padilla with a very strong ace-jack of spades will raise it up. Stupid little spot here for Djan. They get a fair price, 2.3 to call into about 7 1/4. Bum, bum. Queen 4 suited just hits the muck. King 2 suited for Miss Oracle. Ace Jack for Djan. I don't know why I thought Oracle was going to open it up. Folds to Djan on the button. King Queen suited for Gammy in the big blind. There's a world where Gammy 3-bets all in here and takes the pot down pre. We'll see if Djan is a believer or not. We don't get the 3-bet pre. For fuck's sakes, dude. 8-3 2 flop. Backdoor hearts. 2 overs for Djan. A backdoor wheel draw. They go for a 1.5 blind bet. Gammy with 2 overs. Backdoor flush draw. Gammy floats. We get a 3 of clubs on the turn. Brick, brick, brick. Gammy still with their 2 overs, but they don't have much equity here. Out of position. Gonna be very difficult for them to win. If Djan checks the turn. Oh my lord, a fucking queen on the river. He had a queen on the river. Gammy makes top pair. Looks like they'll win the 9 blinds in the middle. I don't imagine we bet fold. We bet real small. Like Djan, probably not going to turn this ace-jack into a bluff, right? Hearts miss. 5-4 misses. Like, I wonder if like 6-7 suited calls, 6-7 of diamonds calls the big blind on the flop. It's a weird spot. Ace-jack comes in for the smallest of raises on the river. I don't think this works out here. Gammy's played a passive game, but I think the king-queen will find the call here. The bet's too small. What is it they call? 3.8 or something? Yeah, king-queen just finds it. 20 blinds for Djan. Don't know why I said 20 blinds. How big was the pot? Don't think it was 20 blinds. Anyways, Gammy took down a nice one. So you got Djan with 20 blinds, KZ with 17. Gammy reestablishes 3rd place position. Miss Oracle with 34 blinds in 4th. Delia being a bully here. 80 blinds for them. King for D-Jan. Was an interesting little check down pot. Wait, I guess he went for a c-bet. Ace-Jack, bets small on the flop, checks the turn. Queen on the river. Faces a small lead, raises it up, not too large. Interesting little play by D-Jan. I wonder if they still have like ace, ace, and king, king in their range. Maybe less kings, more aces, but just not many aces either. I wonder if there's ever ace, king, or sorry, ace, queen. Yeah, probably some ace, queen. Anyways, D-Jan shows him the ace-jack bluff, and we're moving on along. King, queen for Toddy, flopping top pair. Miss Oracle in the same boat with the worst kicker. Has the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw to boot. They find the call. 10 on the turn, pairs the board. We got some chop outs to a king or 10. Ace as well. Nine and a quarter blinds in the middle. 9 1/4 blinds in the middle. Get a big 7 blind bet. Does this size up the jam? I think so, right? 23 blinds in the middle with about 23 behind. 7 of diamonds. It might go check check. We'll see if Toddy fires the river bet here. They do have the best hand. The queen still plays. Kings and 10s with the queen kicker. Toddy says, I'm just going to check and win most of the time. Like every once in a while, Miss Oracle will show up with a slow played 3 of a kind. Maybe even a boat would be more likely than a 3 of a kind. I don't know, man. Anyways, Toddy takes down a nice pot. Oracle limps in 9-5. Ace-Jack for D-Jan in the big blind. D-Jan makes it 3 blinds to go and takes the pot down. 8-8 for Gammy. Ace-Jack for KZ. Can we just rip it in? We do. 15.5 blinds. We'll see if Gammy takes the flip here. It's about 13 to call into a pot of 33. If you lose, KZ's now in 3rd place. Weird spot. We got the pocket pair. Do we really want to take a flip? What about aces, kings, queens in KZ's shoes? Do they just rip? They might rip off 15 blinds. They probably aren't too tempted to come into for some 4.5 blind 3 bet. So if we're gonna have all the over pairs in the range, I think 8-8 might want to hit the muck. Like we're not gonna see too much 7s through deuces, right? Maybe a sliver of 7s, like 6s might just hit the muck. Sometimes 7s just fold for KZ. Facing the under the gun open. Was a weird spot for Gammy with the pocket 8s. They found the fold. They got this jack 4 suited on the king 5-3 flop. Gets a free king on the turn. Gammy doesn't have a great reason to bluff other than that their opponent showed some weakness. Gammy checks. Ace 8 for D-Jan. 3 diamonds out there. Neither player with a diamond. Stupid little jack on the river. Gammy getting the best of D-Jan so far here. Hopefully D-Jan just shows down the ace, right? Don't throw in a bluff, dude. No, it's not gonna work. They bet just under pot. Surely Gammy just calls. They don't play their 4 kicker. But yeah, Gammy flicks in a call, sees the great news. 14 blinds slide their way. Ace queen for D-Jan. Ace 3 suited for Gammy. Like, we could get a 3 bet here from either ace 3 suited or king jack in the big blind. King Jack obviously has pretty fair equity against Ace Queen. Some 40%, a little bit less. Tawny's thinking I could just call and go post flop too. We flop top pair, King Queen 9. Poor D-Jan running like shit, had a few missteps. 16 blinds, second pair with the best kicker. King Jack with the straight draw to the 10. Top pair to boot. Toddy calls, we get an 8 of clubs on the turn. Like, I don't know if D-Jan puts any more pennies in the middle, right? Unless an ace or queen comes. We got 8 in the middle. 2 on the river's a brick. I'm trying to think of Jack X and 10X hands. Does 9-10 bluff the river? Does 8-10, 8-Jack call the flop? Maybe not, dude. We don't have as many bluffs in Toddy's shoes as you probably want to see. You kind of got to hope some sort of 9 turns itself into a bluff. Ace 10, ace jack, maybe. Like queen 10, queen jack would just check. King X would go for a bet. I don't know, man. I don't know if there's enough bluffs here. Toddy's so aggressive, their bet's gonna get called. D-Jan sees the bad news once again, down to 7 blinds. You know what? You gotta throw some respect on D-Jan for the hero call there. Because, like, with that being said, like, when you think about it, there's probably is not as many bluffs as you want in your opponent's range there. Like, I don't know if 8-10, 8-Jack calls the flop with just a straight draw, you know? So there's, like, less pairs that your opponent can turn into a bluff. They kind of got to use, like, some sort of 9-10, 9-Jack. Man, it's not easy. D-Jan says, I'll still find the hero call with ace queen because I expect Toddy will actually pull the trigger on some bluffs there. They see the bad news once again. We got a couple of 4s for KZ who can rip it in here for about 14 blinds. Miss Oracle with 8s. Hopefully KZ does. Oh, KZ takes the spot. They do take the spot. That is the case. 8 and an 8 surely gets this in here. D-Jan folds the suited queen. We got a big pot here. Looking for a 4 backdoor clubs. No, just a 4. Not here, not today. KZ is out of here in 6th place. D-Jan does get a ladder. Makes about $80,000. Well, I mean, it's only like a $25,000 ladder. But about $80,000 in total, you know. Jack 3 suited. We'll see if D-Jan just rips it in. They are in last place by quite a bit. No ICM pressure on them or anything. We're just hoping for some coolers. King 6 suited for Toddy. Padilio with a couple of jacks. We'll see if they come in for a 3-bet or just find the call. They find the call. We get a 8-4-3 flop with 2 hearts. Toddy with the second nut flush draw. 1 overcard to the jack-jack. See what the fuck happens here, dude. Gotta imagine Toddy bets the flush draw. They say no, we're going to the turn for free, man. 10 of diamonds. What is going on here? Toddy is not playing as their regular self. 2.3 blind lead. I'm not saying Toddy's being stupid or anything. It's just that it's hello Toddy. You expect so much aggression. We flop a flush draw and we check. That's not hello Toddy. Anyways, they do bang off their hearts here. 4 of hearts on the river. Padilla still has the over pair. They're well aware that the flush got there. They bet a quarter pot here, trying to get called by a 10. Maybe, like, doesn't 8 even exist in this situation in Toddy's shoes? You'd expect to bet on the flop here, dude. So you just gotta hope your opponent has a 10. If they raise you on the river, it's probably a flush. Like maybe 8-8 for a boat. Hello Toddy makes it about 10 blinds to go. 8 to call. 8 into a pot of about 30. Padilla is going to be curious. They called from the small blind pre-flop. They do not look like they have this strong of a hand. Obviously, there's some potential boats, 3 of a kinds. They just have an overpair. There's a flush out there. So, although it's a strong hand, it's not the strongest hand. Padilla says, yeah, it is a strong hand, but I will find the fold. Nice play by Padilla. So look, if Toddy bets the flop, does Padilla just call? Maybe Padilla calls. I could see turn going check check. Make a flush on the river. Probably just goes check bet call. Or lead bet or lead raise fold again. So like Padilla isn't destined to lose too many pennies in that situation. Queen for Gammy will come in for a 3-bet. Facing the cutoff open, 8-9 suited for Padilla. Padilla says, I'll just find better spots, dude. Gammy takes it down pre with the queen and the queen. We get a king and a 10 for Padilla. Yeah, D-Gen in the big blind. Gammy with an ace and a jack. We do get an open from Padilla, 2.5 blinds. We'll see if Gammy elects to 3-bet or just call this time. Another 3-bet, 7.5 blinds. Padilla could be fed up. Sticking a little 4-bet here. They say no siree. King 2 for D-Gen. About 7.5 blinds, a little bit more. We'll probably rip it in here. Ace 3. We don't really want to give D-Gen chips, but Padilla says, yeah, this is a call looking for a king. Does a 2 work? I think it would have, right? Yeah, we don't get that shit. Padilla wins with the ace high. We lose D-Gen eventually. They do get that $80,000 5th place exit. Should have said finish, not exit. It's kind of a fun game there. That bluff on the river with the ace-jack was very interesting. Facing the lead by top pair. It's a very small lead, so D-Gen says it just looks weak. I'll try to put a little pressure on it. I wonder if they raise bigger. Nah, they probably still just get called, right? In the end, I'll quit nitpicking over D-Gen's play. It's fun to see when they're on the final table. They've made a few during WCOOP here, making a name for themselves. Ace 7 for Gammy comes in for the open. Miss Oracle with 5-5 sees a king queen jack flop. Like, this is a 25k tournament. D-Gen somehow finds their way to the final 5. Pretty impressive showing if you ask me. 5-5 hits the muck. C-bet. Ace high takes the pot down. I think it was ace high, right? King jack for Toddy. They open the button. Padilla with a suited 4 and a 3. Gonna see 3 cards here. King, queen, 6. King jack goes for a little bet. Top pair with a fair kicker. Backdoor equity. Takes the pot down, and we're moving on along. King 8 for Miss Oracle. It's close to an open on the button here. Miss Oracle thinks for about half a second and says, yep, that's an open, that's for sure. Queen 4 suited for Padilla, and the small blind just gonna fold. 5-4 for Gammy in the big will also fold. King 9 suited. Padilla opens the button. Like you'd expect Jack 3 suited for Toddy to call the big blind. They're in first place here. I don't really want to give Padilla chips, but that's mighty fine. 10-7 4 flop. Backdoor straight, backdoor flush. A few backdoor straights for Toddy. Got 2 live cards with the jack in 3. Gets a free ace of hearts. I don't know if we want to lead the turn here. Padilla or Toddy checks over to Padilla. King high might check again. Do we ever bet to try to get a 4 off the pot? Some sort of pocket pair, 5-6s. Padilla says no, we'll go to the river for free where we find a 9 of diamonds. Toddy does block jack 8. Toddy says maybe check raise is better than a lead. King 9 shows it down. I don't even know if Toddy check raises there. They get the miss flush draw. No bets went in. I don't know, man. Weird spot. All these weird spots in the 25k when no bets go in. We check it down to the river. We see a small bet on the flop and then it checks to the river. Ranges just expand when that happens. Ace 9 for Gammy on the button. 10-6-5. Flop goes check, check. Bottom pair of 5s. See, ranges are just super wide because whatever Gammy opened, everything's still in their range. They check back the flop. Everything Miss Oracle calls pre-flop is in their range. We get a free turn card. The 6 pairs the board. Bottom pair bets and takes the pot down. 10-10 for Gammy. King 8 suited for Padilla. Ace 5-4 flop. 1 spade for Padilla with 1 over to the 10s. Ace high board, backdoor flush draw. Gammy bets small. Weird spot for Padilla. It's almost a check raise in my opinion. I don't know why. Backdoor spade, backdoor flush. We block some stuff. What do we block? Ace king specifically. Padilla says, how about we just play reasonably, dude? Find a call on the flop. I just felt like a call was kind of weird, so I thought a check raise felt a little bit more reasonable in this instance. Gammy says, let's just go find a pair of 8s, get a free 5 on the river. 3 hearts out, or 3 diamonds out there. Board pairs. Goes check, check, and 10-10 takes down a small pot. Holy fuck. Keep stumbling over my words. King jack suited. Toddy opens it up. Base 7. Oh, Gammy in the big. Finds the call. We're off to the flop. Ace 8-5. 5 blinds in the middle. Top pair with the backdoor nut flush draw. Backdoor straight draw. Gammy checks it over. King jack with the backdoor straight draw. Bets 2 blinds. Gammy finds the call and a deuce of clubs. Toddy is not winning this pot here. Could always bet to try to get a 5 or 8 to fold. We just go to the river for free. The 9 of spades. Gammy checks. Toddy checks the king high and loses. 9 blinds for Gammy. Ace 9 for Miss Oracle. They open it up. Jack 10 suited for Padilla. They call from the button. 5-2 for Toddy in the big. I would just fold, yeah. Yeah, 5-2, easy play, finds the fold. King 7-6 flop. Not much doing here for Padilla. Backdoor straight draws. Can go to the turn for free if they want to. 6.4 blinds in the middle. Your opponent checks over the king high board. Do you go for a bet? Maybe so. Just try to buy the pot here. Miss Oracle sees a 1.6 blind bet. Super small. Get the backdoor straight draw. Backdoor flush draw. Miss Oracle calls queen on the turn. Open-ended straight draw. Miss Oracle blocks the outs. Let's see what the hell happens here. Just under 10 blinds in the middle. Padilla could size up a river jam with a 6 blind bet, and they find it. 6.3. And ace high hits the muck. Nice little play by Padilla. Couple of 4s in the big blind for Miss Oracle. Could rip it in facing the button open here. Gammy with ace 8. Probably just folds facing a 3-bet. About 26 blinds for Miss Oracle. You could just call. Makes your life easiest though if you rip it in. And it's a mighty fine play. Miss Oracle takes the spot. And takes the pot down pre. Ace queen suited. Toddy opens it up. 6-7. Oh, Padilla calls the big. We get a queen 8-3 flop. Top pair, top kicker, backdoor flush draw. Toddy bets 2 blinds. Padilla with 3 in a row. Not enough backdoor equity with the 7 high. They just check fold. Ace jack though for Toddy. Queen for Gammy. So we get a 3-bet from the big blind most likely. What do we go, like 8 blinds? Gammy says 9. 7 to call. Do we ever bump it up to like 15.5? For being honest, Toddy typically goes big. So I'm guessing the 4-bet would be at least 18 blinds, maybe all in even. In the end, Toddy with ace jack just folds. We got a fucking cooler here, dude. Ace versus jack. Ace 9 suited for Padilla. No way Gammy gets away from this one. Jack 4-handed. Absolute monster. I don't know if we call. We come in for a 3-bet to 9 blinds. That makes sense. Miss Oracle. Do we call aces? I think I'd just jam here. Gammy's been kind of perceivably snug, right? Not too many 3-bets or nothing. We just get our aces in here pre-flop. I expect my opponent to call. Jack calls, looking for a queen or a check dealer. No sirree. Gammy loses a big. What about 30 blinds? 60 blind pot in total for Miss Oracle. We'll put them in 2nd place. Not too fine behind Toddy. Ace jack for Padilla. They come in for an open 5-4 for Oracle and the big. Padilla gets through. 4-3 for Toddy. Not gonna open 5-4. Gets a walk. King 7 for Padilla. Let's see if they open it up and take it down pre. 10-6 could defend. 3 blind raise, maybe not. Let's see what Gammy elects to do here. They say no sirree. Finds a fold. And we get a little break. We'll be right back. 8-8 in the big blind. Just getting a walk for Toddy. Nothing too exciting there. Queen. Don't think we get a walk here. King 5 in the small blind. Probably gonna raise. 3.5 blinds by Toddy. Miss Oracle thinks about a 3-bet. Let's see if they go small or go big like 15. They go small about 10 blinds. Thought the small size was like 10.5. They say no, even smaller, dude. 10 blinds. Toddy says, do I 4-bet or fold? We're gonna fold and move along. King 5 suited is no King 6 suited. That's for sure. Ace 4 gets on out of there. 9-5 for Miss Oracle in the small. Limps it on in. Padilla with a jack and a 4. Checks it on back. Ace 8-6 flop goes. 1 blind lead and a quick fold by jack 4. Little straight draw to the 7 there for Oracle. Takes the pot down. King 10 for Toddy. They open it up. 5-8 suited in the small, not gonna call. Queen 2 in the big, also gonna fold, and we're moving along. Oh, I don't have my AirPods in. There's no sound or what? There's some sound. I don't know if first minute got any sound. Whatever. 8-jack suited, Oracle takes the pot down with a raise. 2-2 for Miss Oracle in the big blind. King 6 for Toddy in the small. Is no King 6 suited. They limp it on in. Interesting change of pace by Toddy every once in a while, limping it in from the small blind. Sometimes raising big. We get an ace 9 3 flop. King 6 checks it over to the small pocket pair. Miss Oracle might bet a blind to protect their equity. They say we'll go to the turn for 3. Turn for free, where it is a 3. 2.5 blinds in the middle. 5 on the river. Toddy doesn't make a pair. The board doesn't double pair. King 6 no good. 2.5 blinds in the middle. Toddy bets half pot. Kind of looks like a value bet here. King 6 going for value. Duck duck finds the call. Quack quack. Jack 6 suited on the button. Toddy comes in for the open. King 2 in the big blind. My least favorite hand right next to ace 2. King 2 for Padilla. They're thinking 3-bet here, dude. Think so. They find the fold in the end. King 2 no good. 9-8-0 hits or raises and takes it down pre. What the fuck, man? It's been a rough commentary here today. Everybody's gonna click off after the first 3 minutes and not even see how rough it gets afterwards. King Jack for Miss Oracle opens it up. 7-5 suited for Gammy. Toddy with a 4 and a 3. Oracle's raised, takes it down pre. Not too much stuff going on here since the aces versus Jack Jack. Queen Queen for Gammy. They come in for a min raise. Ace 4 for Oracle. Good 3-bet bluff. Probably just gonna call though. I don't know if we ever have a small size. Miss Oracle just rips it in. We're looking for an ace or 6, dude. Oh my lord, an ace on the turn. No queen for Gammy. They run like shit and played a damn good game. I was talking about how snug it was earlier, but if we're being honest, beautifully played game by Gammy. They get $116,000 for their effort. It's no WCOOP title. That's no 300 plus K. But Gammy puts a lot of respect on their name after a strong performance here today. Ace 2 for Padilla, flopping top pair in the limp pot. Has a straight draw to boot. They check it on back. We get the jack on the turn. 10-8 suited, picks up no equity. Miss Oracle, the beneficiary of a nice big ace on the turn there. They overbet here with no equity. That's an interesting little happening. Jack on the river pairs the board and the flush completes. Padilla with the top is the pairs, dude. 9 blinds in the middle. Miss Oracle just gives it up. So you got 170,000 locked up essentially. What's the ladder for? About 80,000, a little bit less than that. Man, it's a big payday here today for these gentlemen. 9-3 suited. Padilla limps it in. Jack 5 suited. Checks it on back. Ace 10 flop. 1 diamond for both the players. Got a bunch of diamond draws. Get a 1 blind bet. Toddy with the backdoor straight draw to boot. Finds the call. We do pick up a diamond on the turn. 4 diamonds. It is a paired board, and it's only the 9 high flush draw versus the jack high flush draw. But we're going to get a full pot size bet and probably a call. Probably a call. And the thing is, like, how big does the bet get on the river if it's a diamond? I don't know. Might just... Does it just go bet call? Does Toddy raise? We'll never know as we get the 7 hearts on the river. Whoever bets will buy the pot. Padilla does have the betting lead. They slow right down, checking over 9 high. Conceding defeat. Conceding? What's the word there? Conceding. What does it mean to concede? Concede? I don't know, man. What's the better word there? Padilla checks over. Conceding defeat? Isn't that the sentence I'm trying to construct? I don't know, man. Pair of 8s for Padilla, middle pair. Or that's Toddy. Holy shit. What a horrific episode this has been. Pair of 8s for Toddy, checks it over, picks up straight draw on the turn. Miss Oracle with that bottom pair of 5s. What is up with my brain here? Look, I had a long day at work yesterday. I went to bed, had a full sleep. Woke up at like 3 in the morning. I was like, I'm ready to go. Let's get this commentary going, dude. But then here we are. I'm still stumbling over all my sentences. 3 on the river, by the way. Miss Oracle makes bottom 2 pairs. Toddy leads 2 blinds. They're in a pickle here. Miss Oracle might raise it up. They make it both 7.3. Ooh, we 5.3 to call. I kind of like a 3 bet on the river more than a call myself. Turn our hand into a big bluff, blocking the nut straight. We'll see if Toddy says maybe it's a better calling hand. 6-4 got there. Obviously there's bottom 2 pairs. But I do really like a 3 bet on the river. What size would we go? Like 21 blinds? Maybe a little bigger. 23.5. Maybe bigger, like 28. Toddy says in the end I'm gonna fold. Toddy says it feels like a value bet. I don't know if I can get them to fold. I don't think I should call here. Toddy finds the right option there with the pair of 8s. Ace 3 flops bottom pair. Got 2 overcards to the board with the straight draw to the 7. Backdoor flush draw. Padilla checks it on over. There's a world where Toddy bets. Padilla check raises. And then I don't know what to do with ace 3 with the backdoor flush draw and bottom pair. Toddy does come in for a big bet, 4 blinds. That's what I thought. Nothing. Never mind. Just ignore what was going on in my head. Anyways, 4 blind bet on the flop here. 4 into just under 5. 9-10 suited finds the call. King on the turn. We got about 13 blinds in the middle. Padilla is looking for a 10, a 9, or a 7. Toddy bets 8 more blinds. Surely just gets the job done, right? Padilla has fair equity. Probably getting priced out of the pot with this big of a bet. Toddy does take it down with the bottom pair there. King for Miss Oracle. They'll come in for the open from the button. Jack 9 probably just calls pre-flop. We'll see 3 cards. Ace Queen 2. King bets small. Backdoor straight draw, Jack high just folds. A7 Padilla opens it up. 2.2 to go and they take it down pre. Jack and a 3 getting out of there. 5-7 for Miss Oracle. Miss Oracle limps it on in. We got a King Jack checking it back. King E4 flop. Little something going on here. Straight draw to the 6. Miss Oracle elects to check this straight draw. Got a backdoor flush draw. Padilla with the toppest of pairs. Bets about 2/3. Might deter Oracle from a check raise. They land on the call option. We get an ace on the turn. Baby, no spade. Miss Oracle might be done. 5.5 blinds in the middle. We got 3 clean outs. Padilla might give him a free card if we're being honest. There's a lot of flush draws we might want to charge with our pair of kings, but Padilla says with that over card on the turn, we'll just check and see the 4 diamonds on the river. Not the worst run out for your king jack. There's a lot of missed straight draws and flush draws. Obviously that ace is an overcard. The 4 does pair the board on the river. We're probably facing a big bet. 16.5. Okay, I wasn't expecting that big. I was gonna say we're probably facing a big bet and we have to call. 16.5. About 3x the pot. I don't know, dude. I might fold. I might just fold facing this huge bet. What a play by Miss Oracle. It's a little bit less than half of Padilla's stack. If they find the call, they'll be in first place position, that's for sure. But not going to be an easy play here. 3x the pot by Miss Oracle. Board pairs. So it's not probably going to be an ace, right? It's probably a boat or 4x. Some sort of, what, like king 4 would have check raised the flop. 8 would probably just would that raise pre? I don't know, man. Oof. Wasn't it a limp pot? So you had a limp pot, check call, check on the turn, lead for 3x the pot. Holy crap, and king jack hits the muck. What a play by Miss Oracle. That's an interesting hand there, let me tell you. I was thinking on the river, yeah, we gotta bet big, but the question is how big do we go? Miss Oracle says go all the way big. How about that? Interesting play there. There's so many missed draws. You just don't expect them to go that big. Oof. Tough spot for king jack. King 4 suited for Padilla, moving along with about 36 blinds. They are dominating Hello Toddy here with 6-4 suited in the big blind, who raises to 3.5. I think we're going to get 3 cards. We'll see what the heck happens here. King 4 in the tank. 3 bets. Comes in for a 3 bet to 9.5 blinds, punishing Toddy's aggressive play here. But to be fair, they might just fold. No, they do flick in a call. We get an 8-5-4 flop. Straight draw and bottom pair for Toddy. We got 19 blinds in the middle. Padilla could be scooping a fair pot here. Providing there's no 6 or 7, of course. Like, I'm wondering if Padilla bets small. Does Toddy just rip it in here with a pair and a straight draw and a 3-bet pot? Blind on blind. Might make their life the easiest. They do just rip it in. Does King 4 call? Man, we didn't really want to see the jam if we're being honest here. There's some 6s and 7s. Some pocket pairs. King 4 suited hits the muck. Sees the bad nose. No. Padilla moving along with 22 in a spot where he had Toddy kind of fucked. Unfortunate situation there for the King 4 suited. Kind of like the 3-bet pre, right? Feels like if you make a pair, you're just going to have to flick in a call, even though you don't typically love your equity. Because if they have a straight draw, flush draw, overcards, like you're just so far behind actually with the pair and overcard yourself. So I guess King 4 has to just bet fold. Ooh, stupid. Padilla moving along. Getting bullied by the deck here. Limping in Queen 8, Queen 5 for Toddy. They might take the aggressive line once again. No, they check it on back this time. Ace 6-4 flop. More backdoor equity for Toddy here. They bet 1 blind in position. Queen 8 of clubs has a hard time hanging in here. Padilla, I will just let it go on the flop. Just an unfortunate run of cards here for Padilla. 4-3 versus 7-2. 7-2, I'm pretty sure was the hand Padilla jammed versus right a lot. Who bursted the bubble there? 7-2 won't play this time. Ace in the big blind. Miss Oracle can raise big here. Fold to 3-bet. They raised 2.5. I thought we were going to go a little bit bigger. Closer to 3. Miss Oracle says no, I'll go 2.5. Personally, when I'm in the big blind and I see a smaller size, I say this is so disrespectful. Why are you disrespecting me? Miss Oracle does face the smallest of 3 bets, 5.5 blinds. Bedelia says, you disrespect me, I'll disrespect you, dude. Then when your opponent folds, you're like, no, I was just joking, I had aces. I just call, dealer. I call pre-flop. No raise. I take my raise back. Ace Jack for Bedelia. Could get a double up here through Ace 10 suited. We'll see if Toddy just calls from the small. If they 3-bet, they're going to price themselves in here. I think 6 blinds to go. 22 in total. Maybe we could... No. 3-handed. Ace 10 suited just gets it in here, I think. We're going to find out swiftly. But I think we just call Ace 10 suited. Yep. Looking for a 10 that's a non-heart. Heart on the turn will give Bedelia the nuts. 44 blinds from their back in the game here. 64 for Toddy and Miss Oracle respectively. Ace 2, Miss Oracle limps it in. King 6 in the big blind. Queen 3 flop. King high versus ace high. We get a free jack on the turn. 2.4 blinds in the middle. Miss Oracle bets over the pot here with ace high and takes it on down. Boop, boop, boo. Ace 9. Oracle right back in there. Queen jack in the big for Toddy. We get a 6-5-4 flop. Toddy bets 2 blinds. Miss Oracle calls with the ace high. 3 on the turn. Puts a 1-liner to a 7 or 2 out there. Brings in a flush draw. Neither player has one. Queen high. Bets 7 blinds somehow. Toddy reps the straight. Takes the pot down. Ace 9. No good here, dealer. 4-4 for Toddy with the small pocket pair. Limping it in. 5 and a 2 for Miss Oracle, checking it on back. Ace 6 flop. Toddy bets a blind and takes it on down, and we're moving on along. Hurry up. Boo 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 boo. 10-2, gonna walk it out. Oh, another walk. What do you know? 7-6 suited for Toddy. Gets no action. Ace and a 4. Bedelia raises the button. They might just take it down pre-flop. Queen 3 for Miss Oracle. It's another stupid hand like King 2. 6-3 suited for Miss Oracle. Might raise. No, they go for a limp. Jack 5 in the big blind, forced to see a flop here. Bedelia raises. They say, fuck this dude, I don't really want to see a flop. Jack 5. Oh, we raise it up. That's right, I had the race car in my head. We race it up. The race car takes it down pre. Another walk there for Toddy, 10-6. Well, things got a little boring here, eh? Queen Jack will raise and take it down pre. Not much we can do about this. Just wait for the action to pick back up. 9-8. I think we get a defend in the big blind. Toddy with about 71 blinds in total. Did get a call from the big blind. Queen 2 flops the flush draw. A little bit of backdoor straight draws for Toddy. A few of them. Got a 6 on the turn, pairing the board. Toddy's looking for a 9 or an 8 that's a non-diamond. Bedelia might just bet with the flush draw, take the pot down. I could just check call. Board pairs on the turn. It's the middle card. Gonna see a lot of leads here. We get about a 3/4 pot bet. And Bedelia takes it. King Jack. Miss Oracle opens. A6 for Toddy in the big. Nice big 3-bet here. 9 blinds to go by A6. A6 is kind of like Ace 2 and King 2 if we're being honest, but a little bit better. King Jack finds the call. 9-7-5 flop. Toddy has a straight draw. Miss Oracle with 2 overs, backdoor straight, backdoor flush draws. We could see a small bet and a call. Very interesting hand here. Ace high versus king high. 8 blind bet is actually pretty big. 8 blinds in the 19. 39 behind. King Jack calls. We're looking. We bang a 10 off on the turn. So I got a straight draw to the 8 for queen. A king or jack works. Toddy has a straight draw to the 8. The ace high is best. Holy shit, I am stumbling over every word here today. 35 blinds in the middle. Miss Oracle bets 7.5, and I don't know if ace high can call here. 35 blind pot. Toddy gonna be losing about 17.5. It's a damn shame. Nice play by Oracle though. That brings him to first place position. At 9-8 in the big blind. I was talking about how boring things were getting, but that was a juicy pot there. Ace Queen. Padilla opens the button. Do get a defend by the big blind. 10-4-2 flop. Backdoor diamond. Backdoor straights. Padilla with 2 overs will bet and take the pot down. Jack 10 for Toddy. They bet 2 blinds. From the button. We call that an open. Queen 7 for Padilla in the big. Jack 10 elects to check it on back. 8-5-2 flop goes check check eat on the turn. Toddy with 2 overs. Backdoor straights. They say let's go to the turn card for free. 5 blinds in the middle. We don't need to fight for it just quite yet. Hard to rep much on the 8 turn though. Toddy says I'll bet 4 blinds anyways. Try to get this queen high to fold. It's kind of wizardry. Like, how did we know we were going to get the queen to fold on the turn there? I don't know. Toddy says. I know though. They get the job done. Jack 4 suited. Padilla limps it in. 8-5 checks it on. Back we get a queen. 8-7 flop. Backdoor straight draws. Backdoor flush draws. Padilla thinks about a lead here for 1 blind. They find it. Toddy with that middle pair. Probably just calls, right? They got backdoor straight draw. Backdoor flush draw. 9 on the turn does bring in a straight draw for both players. Padilla looking for a jack or 10. Toddy says any other card would be good. But a 6 gives them a straight. Jack on the river. There you go, Padilla. You'll take down the 4 blinds in the middle. Probably doesn't get any value if they bet and there's a 1-9 to a 10, so it's not going to be an easy way, not going to be easy for them to get paid off by worse. As they stumble over more words. Little pair of 8s checks it on back, and a small ass pot goes to Padilla, but they all matter in this instance. 3-handed. We're playing like 51 blinds deep. It's kind of crazy. Jack 7 for Toddy. See if they open the button. They say no, I gotta tighten up here. I'm in 3rd place, dude. Padilla gets a walk. King 10 for Oracle. We'll open the button. Looks like they take it down pre. 6-2 for Toddy in the big blind. 8-5 for Toddy. They limp it on in. Ace and a 9 for Oracle. They raised to 3.4. Although Toddy finds a call. Ace 3-3 flop. One club out there. Backdoor straight draw. Probably not enough for Toddy to continue. This Oracle does bet really small, giving them a price, but Toddy is out of there. Eight, 7, Miss Oracle will raise to 3.4 and take it down pre. I saw my cat like half an hour ago, and all of a sudden my nose is like, hey dude, it feels like you saw your cat not too long ago. It's really annoying. Can't stop scratching. Ace 3 bets on the paired board. 10-10-2. Miss Oracle in position. C bets, takes a pot down. Then they get another ace 9 in the big blind, but a walk this time. Ace 8 for Toddy. They open it up. 6-4 for Padilla in the big blind. They find a call. Ace 9-3 flop. Top pair for Toddy. C bets and takes the pot down. 6 high. Hits the muck. Ace queen suited and a queen 10 suited. This is a little interesting. We'll see 3 cards. PokerStar says we'll get a boring flop. Ace high board. No club out there for Toddy. Got a backdoor straight draw. Queen high. Just has to check fold. Facing the big ass bet 2. Big bet 4.2 into like 5.2. Ah, boy. 10-5 suited, limping it in. Queen 5 suited in the big blind, checking it back. King Jack 8 flop. King Jack 8. Goes Jack 9 on the turn. Straight draws for both players, but it's pretty boring. Toddy might bet and take the pot down. Oracle could come along with the straight draw themselves. 2 blinds into the pot of 2.4. Toddy takes it down and we're moving fucking along. Ace King suited versus 5-7 suited of the same suit. Okay, I'm gonna try to quit singing. Get a raise to 3.4 blinds. Padilla might think about a call here. They do find it. Jack 6 flop. Suited and connected. Feels like we have to see a flop here, and Padilla's shoes in position. Not quite the board we're looking for. We have 3 in a row potential for a raise on the flop here. Could just call as well. Makes plenty of sense. Queen of diamonds on the turn. Queen of diamonds. Queen of diamonds. Boring ass shit. Ace king checks. 7-5 bets real small. Something like 3.4 and takes the pot down. No, ace king comes along. Padilla goes big here, dude. 6.5. 6.5 by Padilla on the turn. Ace king with a straight draw to the 10. Diamonds complete. The board is paired. You wouldn't expect much 6x to do this. Kind of feels like a flush. Maybe not even. I know Queen X would be in there, surely. A little bit of Queen X, right? A little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Anyways, Miss Oracle gets out of the way. Padilla with the 7 high takes down a little pot there. They got a jack and an 8. They're limping it on in. Ace 3 for Toddy. Flops top pair on the ace 5-5 flop, and they bet a blind. Looks like they'll just take the pot down. Jack 8, no reason to find a call nor check raise. They find the fold. Ace 3 for Padilla. What do you do, bucko? Oh, we're gonna fold the button. Every once in a while you see that sort of shit, and it's always at a weird stack depth, so something like 40 to 50 to 60 blinds. Maybe not 60, but maybe 40 to 50 blinds. Where you see some raggedy aces fold the button, where you're like, wouldn't this just be an open, dude? But then you see strong aggressive players such as Padilla in this instance just folding ace 3. Instead we get this limp pot, 7-6, sees an ace jack, 8 flop, checks it over, 6-3 with the flush draw, checks it back, 9 on the turn, completes some straights, bets 1.7 and likely gets 7 high off the pot. Check raise, just kidding. Hello Toddy, check raises to 6.5. We got a flush draw and 6 high. Do we even call here? Do we fold facing the check raise? What the fuck happens? I want to see a call because Toddy is 7 high, but I do like when Toddy picks up chips. Toddy's check raise will get the flush draw out of there. Very weird spot there for the 6 high flush draw facing the check raise on the turn. Jack 5 suited, Toddy's right back in there, flopping a pair of 5s. 6-5-3 flop, all hearts. Won't be easy to proceed for either player. Toddy bets small. King 8 hits the muck. Bum 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 bum. King 8, Miss Oracle will open it up and take it down pre. Ace 8 in the small, lamping it in. Da do do do. 7-2 gets a free flop. 6-5-3, that's a straight draw. Straight draw to the 4 for Oracle. They bet 1 blind. Hello Toddy with the best of it. Ace 8 calls. 5 on the turn, pairs the board. Seven and a 2 bets again. 3.33 into 4.4. Toddy with ace 8 lets it go. Oracle gets away with one there. Another one. They've been bluffing real good here today. 10-4, Miss Oracle. Just gonna fold. Ace King for Oracle. They open it up. 10-3 for Toddy's out of there. 9-8, Padilla folds the button, and Oracle gets a walk. Jack 9 for Oracle. They limp it in, 10 and a 4. Of the same suit. Padilla checks, Queen 6-3 flop. Flop goes check. Do we check here? We got some backdoor equity. Pick up a 5 on the turn. That's an open-ended straight draw to the 2 or 7 for Padilla. Jack 9 will check again. Do 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 do. Straight draw 10 high, bets and gets Jack high off the pot. Not much going on, but a little bit of action there. 8-7 suited will open the button. King Jack for Padilla in the small blind. Thinking, do I 3-bet? Do I call? Do I ever just fold pre? Probably not. Feels like we have to play the hand. We're in the tank. Feels like a 3-bet comes in. 9 blinds to go by Padilla. We'll see if Oracle defends facing the 3-bet here. They do. 8-7 flops quite well. Queen 6-3, 2 diamonds. Miss Oracle with the flush draw. Got some backdoor straight draws in there too. 8 or a 7 is good for the pot. Padilla bets 4.8. Oh boy. Flush draw. Do we call? We finally call. Ace on the turn. 29 blinds in the middle. Sure as shit feels like Oracle's gonna find a way to win this pot here. Does Padilla block bet? 5 blinds. They make it 9.6? Leaving 19 blinds behind? It's about a third pot size. If we get a call, there'll be about 50 blinds in the middle. Ace on the river. What do we do, dude? We got king high. If Miss Oracle gets checked too, are they bluffing 8 high? 48 blinds in the middle, they have no showdown value. Padilha's all the way in the tank here. Do we check? Oh, Padilla rips. They cannot lose the pot if they bet. There we go, they jam and take down a big one, bringing them into first place. They got 66 blinds. Queen 10 suited for Toddy. I'll raise and take it down pre. It's like Oracle could have won the pot if they jammed the flop, I suppose. But other than that, they were destined to lose a few pennies there. 42 blinds still sitting pretty. They are in second place still, but just barely. Queen 10, Toddy opens the button. Get an ace 8 7 flop. King 3 defends the big. King 3 sure as shit feels like King 2. Yes, it does. Feels like we should 3-bet or fold pre-flop. Padilla says, no, you puss. Let's go C3 cards. Flop goes check. 10 on the turn gives Toddy the best of it with a pair. Jack on the river. Puts a 1-liner to a 9. Both players block the Broadway straight. Padilla goes in the tank. We got 5 blinds in the middle. The bet is 3.9. Again, there's a 1-liner to a 9 out there. Not going to be an easy call here for the 10. See if Toddy can find it. Sniff it out here. So it's just King 3, dude. That's what you got. King 3. No, Toddy says, you got the nuts, dude. Toddy says, fuck it, you got it. I fold Queen 10. Padilla gets away with one there. King 9 in the small blind. Ace 6 for Toddy. Toddy raises to 3. Or that's not Toddy, man. How do I keep fucking up these players' names? Maybe because it's early in the morning and I didn't sleep well. Even though I said earlier I slept mighty fine. Contradictory stories. This guy can't get his fucking story straight. Anyways, Toddy with top pair. Checks it on back. We get a king on the turn. So Padilla picks up some showdown value. But there's the flush completing. We'll see how many pennies get in the middle. Probably like a small bet from somebody. Somebody bets small. And the other player calls. Padilla checks it on over. Toddy bets big, dude. 5 blinds. 5 into 7.4. King 9 says, I don't really like this, dude. I'm not a big fan. Finds the call 4 on the river. King 9 is not winning this pot. I'll see if Padilla finds another value bet. The only thing they got there on the river was 5-2, which wouldn't make much sense. Toddy bets over the pot 22.5 blinds with the ace 6, punishing the King 9. I don't know if King 9 calls though, if we're being honest here. I don't know if there's enough missed draws. There's a few missed Broadway draws, but that's about it. Was it like a Broadway draw with a club or something? Could go for some ridiculous bluff. I don't know. Padilla says, yeah, I should just get the heck out of here. We got ace 8 facing a 3-bet from 6-6, and Toddy's 3-bet will get through pre. King King 6-0. Toddy says I'll let that go. Miss Oracle with King 10 in the small blind. Limping it in. Queen 4 suited for Padilla in the big. Get it. King Queen 3 flop. Top pair versus second pair. Or middle pair. Miss Oracle bets 1 blind. Out of position. Padilla calls. We get an 8 on the turn. Still the flush draw and plenty of straight draws. I imagine Miss Oracle bets again. They do block some of it with the 10 of hearts. But they go for an overbet here. 5.8 blinds into 4.4. That's a big bet by Oracle. See if Padilla is curious enough to call. They do find it. A brick on the river. 5 of clubs. All the straight draws miss. All the flush draws miss. Like the only random thing that gets there is like queen like 5-5 if it went for some sort of nonsense bluff. 12 blind bet, just about about 13 into 16. This looks like value if we're being honest, where I feel like a bluff might rip it in. Queen 4, pair of queens with no real kicker. 13 blinds into a pot of like 41. Padilla finds the call, sees the bad news, says Miss Oracle, I think you're getting up to too much here today. They had that big 3x over the pot bet bluff earlier that got through. King Queen versus King 8. Miss Oracle flops quite well. Top pair with the flush draw. Toddy with middle pair. 5 blinds in the middle. Get a third pot size bet. Toddy surely calls here and we're off to the turn. 5 of diamonds. We do have 2 outs for Toddy. I don't know why I said that so like it was a big deal. There's just spots I suppose where Toddy could have 1 out. Say the 8 of spades was not a spade, and say the queen of diamonds was a spade. You know what I mean. Toddy with the pair of 8s finds the fold on the turn. King 9 for Padilla. King 9 raising the button. Ace 9 in the big blind. It's been like the 4th time that's happened. Miss Oracle 3-handed Ace 9 in the big blind. This time flopping top pair. Ace 8 2 flop. Not much for Padilla to do here if we're being honest. They still come in for a c-bet however. Ace 9, no draws out there. Comes in for a check raise. If we're being honest, I never understand this. There's just no draws. That's what I don't get. And there's a bunch of hands that are better than you. Maybe not a bunch of hands, right? There's some hands that are better than you. You clean up your equity versus a lot of hands. I don't get it though. We get another break. I just don't get it, dude. Anyways, we'll be back shortly. Jack 8 suited. Toddy comes in for the open. We got Queen 8 in the big for Padilla. Let's see what the heck they elect to do. Yeah, just a call pre-flop. Ace 7-7. 2 diamonds for Toddy. Toddy C bets right. Last time they had a flush draw, they didn't. It is a paired board. Toddy bets small and takes the pot down. King 10 for Oracle opens, 5-7 defends and flops a straight. King 10 might just check it on back. That they do. 9 of clubs on the turn. Just another misstep by the commentator here. Straight and a flush draw for Toddy. They overbet 8.5 blinds into 5.3 and take the pot down. Ace 8, Toddy limps. Oracle 10-9 in the big blind. Might just check and see a flop here. King 7-7. Backdoor straight, backdoor flush, Oracle bets. No, they don't. They check it on back and pick up a straight draw to the jack. 10 or 9 also work. 6 of clubs. The flush completes. The flush does complete. Yes, it does. Toddy checks over the ace high, and we'll just get showdown. 2.4 blinds will slide over to Toddy. Pretty boring start here. Let's get back to seeing some action. A couple suited hands. We could get a raise and a call. We get a limp and a check. 5-4-3 flop. More boring shit here, guys. 2.4 blinds in the middle. Oracle with jack 9 of hearts checks it over. Bottom pair of threes checks it on back at 10 on the turn. 2.4 blinds in the middle. This won't get too spicy here. Jack 9 checks it over. King 3 checks and an ace on the river. Like, Miss Oracle could have some aces that checked it down to the river here. They don't elect to rep the ace. There's a 1-liner to a 2. A pair of threes is best for the pot. 5-4. Padilla could just fold. They do. Toddy gets a walk. Bum. King 5 suited. Padilla opens it up. Oracle with ducks. 31 blinds deep. We could rip it in, but probably not because that's high variance. Miss Oracle says, I like aggressive plays. I do rip it in, and I take it down pre. Miss Oracle thinks, and you're like, oh shit, I can tell it's gonna come in. They 3-bet rip and take it down. We got ace 5 suited versus pocket threes. Ace 5 will limp it in. 3-3. Checks it back. That's a boat. Full house for Padilla. Miss Oracle bets 1 blind. If I have a full house here, I just call and say, no 7 dealer. No fucking 7. 5 on the turn. Miss Oracle makes a pair. That's bad news for them. But they do somehow pick up equity. Looking for a 5. Like, what? How does your opponent pick up equity? You flopped the boat. PokerStars says there's always a sweat, don't you know? A 3.5 blind bet on the turn. We'll see if Oracle raises it up here with ace 5. No, right? We just call king on the river. How does my opponent have any equity here in this instance? I don't know, but boat draw doesn't get there for Miss Oracle. King on the river. 11 blinds in the middle, 24 behind. We'll bet like 8 or something. No, we bet over the pot, 14 blinds. A lot of draws did miss, if we're being honest. Lots of heart draws. 6-8 is open-ended. 6-4 obviously turned to straight. Ace 5 finds the call for Oracle. Nice play by Padilla. Go for the big bomb on the river and they get paid off. 8-5 suited. Padilla limps it in. 9-4 suited. We'll raise it on up. And that it does. 9-4 suited. Padilla just finds the fold. More barn shit. Limp raise fold. And we're moving on along. King 4 suited comes in for the open. We're actually really fucking close. 48 blinds deep for everybody. We get a 3-bet here by Queen 3 suited. Spicy play by Miss Oracle. They make it 8.88 blinds to go. Spicy play. King 4 suited is thinking about a 4-bet. Doesn't even have to go all in here. There it is, 16.5 blinds. You'll love to see it. And Padilla takes the pot down. Spicy play with the 3-bet pre. Spicier play with the 4-bet, which gets the job done. Queen 9 will limp it on in. Padilla now in first place with 7-2. Checks it back. Ace Queen 3 flop. Bedelia with a backdoor straight draw sees a 1 blind bet. Shirley just folds. Queen 9 will take down the pot. Do-do-do-do. 9-3 in the big blind. Facing the limp. We'll see if Toddy raises it up. Probably not. Probably so. Probably so. Right? 9-3. Toddy raises it up and takes it down. Pretty nicely done. Suited jack hits the muck there for Bedelia. Get a pocket pair of 5s. You open it up from the button. Queen 4 for Oracle in the big blind. It's gonna be a long day today. 7-2 suited for Miss Oracle. Jack 5 for Bedelia. A limp pot. Bedelia says no it's not. Raises to 3.5 and takes it down pre-flop. 9-8 suited. Oracle opens the button. Jack 4 in the big is suited. Let's see 3 cards, Poker Stars. What you got cooking here today? King, King 9. That's a pair of 9s. Backdoor straight, backdoor flush for Toddy is potentially a check raising hand. Hopefully not. They say no, I'm going to fold. Pair of 9s will take the pot down right then and there. These 3 suited. Bedelia will open the button. 4-4 for Oracle in the big, playing 40 blinds deep. Probably just calling pre-flop. Just going to call. King 8-6. 1 diamond for Bedelia. Not easy for 4-4 to hang in there. Nope. Not easy. 5 blinds in the middle. They face a bigger bet, 3.5 on the flop, and the 4s do hit the muck. Nice stab by Bedelia. King 10, Toddy opens the button. Gonna get this one through pre. 6-4 suited. They limp it on in. Toddy with a 9 and a 5. We'll check it back. We get a queen 6-5 flop. Flop goes check, check, 7 on the turn. We both pick up a straight draw to the 8. Bedelia with the pair of 6s is best. And they also have a straight draw to the 3. Bedelia leads about 2/3. Toddy finds the call. We do both bang off the 8 on the river. Nasty river card, Poker Stars. Setting up somebody here. Wait, yeah. Bedelia. Toddy with the best of it here. Has the second nuts. Loses to 10-9. Bedelia leads 1.4. Kind of a block bet here. There was no flush draws on the turn. So what turns itself into a bluff? Something like, does 6-5 ever turn itself into a bluff? Does a 4 raise the turn? The answer to both of that is probably no. So what even bluffs? I don't know, man. Bedelia says I'm going to call and find out. And Toddy shows him a 9. Ah, it's spicy spot. Yeah, like if bottom, like why would bottom 2 pair would bluff to try to get a better 2 pair to fold? I don't know, man. Tough to find bluffs in that instance. Anyways, we move along with the limp pot. Queen 6, season 8-5-4 flop. Straight draw, backdoor flush draw. Toddy leads about 2/3. Picks up a longer straight draw. A few more outs and the heart draw. Miss Oracle with the toppest of pairs. A straight draw themselves. They see a 4 blind bet here. They're shaking in their boots, but they have to call the turn bet. Can't fold here. Ace on the river. Oracle does make the straight. There's still flush potentials though. So if Toddy bets, I'd imagine Oracle just snap calls. Toddy checks. Will be interesting to see Oracle go for a small value bet and Toddy bluff the river with a check raise. Blocking straights and blocking flushes. 13.5 blinds, full pot. A lot more difficult to pull off the check raise bluff facing this big of a bet. We'll see if Toddy still takes this spot though. I don't know if it's going to work. It'd put a hell of a lot of pressure on the two. That might just end up looking you up anyways. Toddy goes in the tank here. They are a non-believer, that's for sure. Kind of weird. Is Toddy thinking about a hero call? In the end, they land on the fold. Says, your bet's too big. I probably just can't bluff you off the pot. And it seems like once we go that deep in the tank, it's like, are you thinking about a hero call with queen high? Then I started to think about bluffs, and it's like, what, like 10-9 with a heart? Not even that, right? Like 9-6 with a heart? I don't know, man. Another tough spot to think of bluffs. Anyways, Toddy finds the fold correctly. They move along. They are still in first place. Looks to be a limp pot. It's a king, king, queen flop. Goes bet, call, jack on the turn. Somehow jack high hangs in there. Is that what happened here? 4 on the river? Am I seeing this correctly? What's going on here, Poker Stars? Miss Oracle with 6 high. Flush completes on the river. Paired board. Pair of jacks will just check and take the pot. Miss Oracle says numbers now that they're in last place. Ace jack suited, they open it up. Queen 7 defends the big. Oh, this is a spicy flop. Spicy flop. What's going on here? We got 2 overs, nut flush draw, and a straight draw to the 8 for Miss Oracle. They bet 1.6. Toddy with the bottom pair, flush draw to boot, check raises to 6 blinds. I think we get this all in on the flop here. Miss Oracle with a fuck ton of equity here. Does Toddy fold facing a jam? I don't think so. Miss Oracle calls. We get an 8 on the turn. Locks up the board. No, it doesn't. There's still a straight draw to the jack for Toddy. Queen jack makes the nuts. There's 2 flush draws out there. Toddy still has the diamond draw, so they're going to feel like betting again, I think. They bet 8 blinds. Miss Oracle has the world in front of them. It's like, do I want to call? Do I want to jam? I don't know, man. Either one is great. We bang off a straight on the turn. If we make a flush, even better. Do we let our opponent continue to bluff? There's a lot of nasty rivers, if we're being honest, so Miss Oracle will rip it in for about 20 more blinds. And we see, yeah, Toddy has 7%. Perceivably, they've got the flush draw, which should be what, isn't it like 9 outs or something? A little bit less. I don't have a deal button, by the way, lol. So Miss Oracle doesn't even have the opportunity to make a deal and ask to look up numbers. What the hell? Oh no, Toddy's all in with king jack suited. Oracle wakes up with queens in the big blind. Padilla with 7-7 will get the heck out of there. Miss Oracle looking to take down a big pot here unless Toddy can find a king or some hearts. No way queen folds. No way. Looking for a king or a heart. We got the percentages. Oh no, we don't find it, dude. Toddy's gone. 66 blinds slide over to Oracle. We are heads up with about a 2-to-1 chip advantage. Toddy's out, gets $170,000 for their efforts. They had one hell of a hot start to the final table here, knocking out 2 super strong players in Wizzo and Linus Love. And after that, they kind of cooled off. They passed on a few spots where I thought they would have took the aggressive line. Namely, there's the one spot with the flush draw versus a pocket pair of jacks where when I talked it out, I didn't necessarily think they were going to get a whole lot of more pennies if they did bet the flop. But they elected to check back a flush draw, which is interesting. Anyways, I'm not going to nitpick these strong players' game. It's just interesting to know when they do something that you don't intuitively think that they would have done. But Toddy gets third place. $170,000. And again, yeah, we have a 115k heads up battle here. It's fucking huge, dude. I don't know, man. That's a spicy number. I am surprised they aren't talking out a deal. King 2 and I think a check down pot. Bottom pair. Both players block the flush that got there. There's a few straights that get there as well. Padilla with the queen high checks it down, and Oracle shows them that little pair of twos, which is good for the pot. 6-8 suited might raise, face a 3-bet. We'll see what size it is, and then we'll see if we proceed or not. All in. All in will take it down pre for about 40 blinds. A little bit too big of a play there by Padilla. 10 and a 4. Padilla limps it in. 10 and a 3. We'll check it on back, and a king jack jack flop. King on the turn. We're chopping the pot, irregardless of the river. There's not a way in hell we don't chop the pot. Well, somebody could bluff and the other guy folds, I guess. If there is showdown, there's no way we don't chop the pot. River does go check, check, and we're moving on along. 5 and a 2 versus an 8 and a 7. Both players with a straight draw here, which is kind of interesting. King 6-4 flop. Miss Oracle bets one blind in position with the 5 high. We get an 8 on the turn. Miss Oracle straight draw gets longer, but Padilla actually picks up some showdown value with a pair of 8s. So when they face a bet here, they'll find the call. Da-do-do-do, we're off to the river. What does it bring? 6 pairs the board. 8-7 is best for the pot if Padilla hangs in there. 5 high with no showdown value, 10 blinds in the middle. They probably want them. We'll go for a big pot size bet or something silly. Maybe something smaller like 8.5. We'll see what Oracle likes to do. They've picked overbets. They've picked overbets. Another 3x overbet jam when the board pairs on the river. Oracle says, I have a missed straight draw. Well, I am all in, dude. What do you think about that? Padilla goes deep in the tank here. It would be really cool to see a hero call with the second pair. Would a 6 go for a big bet on the turn? Probably not. So it has to be 2 pair that made a boat on the river. So it's probably boats are better. Or boats or nothing, I mean. Boats are better. As in quads. Once Padilla thinks that through, they say this is going to be a boat which I block, or you have nothing. Like, is it ever a straight? Was there a straight? I should back up and go see. King 6 low card. I don't think there was a straight on the board. No, so it's just going to be boats or nothing. Padilla says, I think it's nothing here. Often enough to find a call with a pair of 8s. Was 7-5 a straight? Was he blocking a straight? I should have really backed up there to figure out what the board was. Anyways, Padilla moves along after the big hero call, and now they have the chip advantage of 2-1. Ace King for Miss Oracle. 8-3 limps it in. 8-3 limps it in, and that's gonna get raised real quickly. 4.5 blinds to go, and Padilla folds. 6-9, limping it in. 8-5, checking it back. King, queen, 7 flop. Goes check, check. Ace on the turn. Goes check, bet, fold, and we're moving on along. 9 high, elects to overbet the turn. 3 blinds into like 2.5. Queen 6 for Padilla. They limp it on in. Miss Oracle checks it back. King 7 3 flop. Goes check, check, jack on the turn. Turn goes check, check, 8 on the river. River goes check, check, and queen takes down the pot. Ace and a 10, limping it in. Queen and a 6, making 2 pairs. Miss Oracle bets 1 blind. Has a straight draw to the jack. 2 pairs, check raises to 4.5 blinds. Kind of a dumb spot, but it feels like you have to call with 4 clean outs to the nuts. We get the 9 on the turn, so Jack 10 got there. Jack 10 did get there. Miss Oracle blocks that. See a small bet by Padilla, 4.6 into 11.5. Do we even call? No, we don't. Little pot for Padilla there. That grows the chip lead. They're up to 90 blinds to 40. Jack 6 for Padilla opens it up. Queen 9, 3 bets the big blind. This Oracle takes it down pre. Queen 5 opens it up. 6-9 defends the big blind. Jack Jack 2 flop. Goose check check, 6 on the turn. And we're seeing a little bit less C betting than I was expecting. But I guess if we're limping the pot in, is it even a C bet? No, it's not. Anyways, Padilla bets with the pair of 6s on the turn and takes the pot down. Ace 3 limps it in. Queen 6 checks it back. Jack 8 2 flop. Ace high bets a blind. Queen high with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Finds the call. 10 on the turn. Goes check check. 8 on the river. Pairs the board. Miss Oracle's gonna go for a bluff. We'll see if ace high finds the hero call. It's the slightest of overbets. Barely an overbet. Padilla says, I think this looks like value here. I want to find the fold with the ace high. 10-5. Raises it up. 8-7. Sees the ace 6 3 flop. Miss Oracle bets and takes the pot down. Jack 3 limping it in. 8-7 suited for Miss Oracle in the big blind. Hasn't checked it back yet. There we go. They do check. Jack 6 4 flop top pair versus straight draw. Ooh, flop goes check check. Like, this is what I mean. Wouldn't that just be a bet on the flop by top pair? Intuitively, you would think so. Padilla says, I'm going to check, wait to the ace on the turn, and then bet 1.5. Straight draw will hit the muck. Ace 9 versus ace queen. 2 pretty big hands here pre-flop. Ace 9 suited thinks about a 3 bet. Finds it 7.5 blinds. Miss Oracle, good 4 bet here. We don't even have to go all in. We can make it like 14, 15 blinds. Do we ever even go smaller? Nah, Miss Oracle does just rip it in. Ace 9 suited 3 bet gets punished here. I think we can find the fold. We are 45 blinds deep. Padilla says, yeah, I'll move along and look for a better spot. 5-4 suited, we'll limp it in. 10 and a 3, we'll check it back. Ace 8 6 or ace 8 7 flop, sorry. Goes check check 9 on the turn. And again, intuitively, you would think 5 high with the straight draw to the 6 would bet on the flop here. Instead, we get the 10 picking up the straight draw on the turn, going for the bet and taking the pot down. 6-2, limping it in. King and a jack. Raising it up to 4.5 blinds, taking it down pre. King 8-0. Padilla raises it up. Miss Oracle finds the call. Jack 10 sees 8-4-2 flop. Padilla bets top pair, takes the pot down. Intuitively, you would think backdoor straight draw 2 overcards might float, might float the flop there. I guess it was a bigger bet. Miss Oracle says we'll just move along. We take a stab here with 6-3, 9-2, calls on the queen 8-7 flop, jack on the turn, goes check check, 7 on the river, pairs the board, 9 high is best. Padilla somehow floats with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Sees the board pair on the river, they will value bet and take the pot down. No, that's obviously a bluff. Ace queen opens. 8-6. Finds the call. Ace queen 3 flop. Boring shit here. We'll see if Padilla checks it back. There's still plenty of flush draws and straight draws, so they go for a big bet. Top 2 pairs will take the pot down. 8-6 suited for Miss Oracle. Opens it up. Ace 4 defends the big blind with a call. We get a 9-5-2 flop. Goes check check. Queen on the turn, completes the flush. 8-6 with the straight draw, bets on the turn. Intuitively, you would think bet on the flop when the flush completes. Give up the bluff. Miss Oracle says check on the flop with the straight draw. Bet on the turn when the flush draw completes. 9 on the river, pairs the board, give it up. 11 blinds will slide over to Padilla. Interesting. Not easy to play the heads-up game of poker, let me tell you. For a guy who typically comes in second place, it is not an easy game, heads-up poker. Ace 4 for Padilla. They make a pair of 4s. They bet quite large. Queen 3 suited for Oracle with a backdoor straight draw and flush draw. Finds the fold. We're moving on along. Ace 8, Miss Oracle opens it up. Queen 6 defends the big blind. Ace Jack 2 flop, top pair, bets 1.4 and takes the pot down. Ace and a 9 for Padilla. They open it up. Queen 3 in the big. Defends and flops quite fucking well, top and bottom. Ace 9 checks it back. Doesn't look like 2 pairs is getting much action here. We do check it over once again. Give our opponent a chance to bluff. No, 4 on the river. Does Ace High ever hero call? Surely so. 14 blind bet. I don't know about this size. How big of a bet is this? Is like 3.5x again? Wait, what was the size? 14? This is like 3 and a bet. Anyways, Miss Oracle's big bet will get through. Queen and a 2 on the King 8-8 flop. Oracle bets. Ace High will come along to the 3 on the turn. Brings in another flush draw. Queen 2 has just a sliver of showdown value. Says, I'm not going to actually get to realize that. They bet quite large. Get Ace High off the pot. Good news for Oracle there. 8-6 for Padilla, opening the button. Taking it down boring shit. 10-4 suited for Miss Oracle. 9-5, we'll check it on back. We get an Ace 8-5 flop. Goes check, bet, call. Bottom pair comes along. Ace on the turn pairs the board. 10-4, looking for a 10. Finds a 2 on the river. Does block 3-4, but not very likely to go for a big bluff here. Padilla leads small. It is Miss Oracle. I shouldn't put it past them to go for the big bluff. They do just let 10 high go in this instance, and then we get ace 10 suited versus ace jack 40 some blinds deep. I think we just get a 3-bet and a call pre-flop. Then we're off to the flop. Oh, we just get a jam for 40 bigs. 43 blinds, just rip it in for Miss Oracle here. We'll see if Padilla flicks in the call. Looking for a 10 or some spades. Got 10 seconds to think this one through. They flick it in, dude. Looking. Oh, that's a bunch of jacks. They need some spades. They don't find it. 86 blinds for Miss Oracle. That was a big pot there. I thought it was just going to go 3-bet to like 7.5. Ace 10 suited just calls. Sees the jack X board. Might call a flop bet. Eventually fold on turn or river. In the end, we just get a jam for 40 bigs. Ace 10 suited gets curious. Padilla doesn't have too much of a time bank to think this one through. They say, I gotta make a snap decision. Finds the call, sees the bad news. They certainly aren't out of it. This is where we kind of started the heads-up battle. 2-1 chip advantage. Miss Oracle with a pair of 5s. Checks back the flop. Queen on the turn. Pairs the board. Bottom pair for Padilla, checks it over. Get a 1 blind bet on the turn. Surely the pair of 4s pays it off. 7 fuck me, dude. It's been a rough show here today. 8 on the river. 4 1/4 blinds in the middle. Miss Oracle goes for another value bet, 3.2. Padilla blocks 7-6. Some boats. Has that bottom pair, finds the call, sees the bad news. Nice little run of cards for Miss Oracle. Playing a damn good game, though. It's been fun to watch him here today. Jack 3 facing the limp raises to 13 blinds. Okay, man, that's in the 25k. Riddle me that one, Poker Stars. Jack 4 flops 2 pairs. Padilla picks up a straight draw on the turn here. Floating with 10-5 on the queen. Jack 4 flop. 10-9 does make a straight on the turn. Miss Oracle checks back 2 pairs. Deuce on the river completes the flush. Padilla will go for a big bluff here. Something like 8, I was thinking. They bet 6.3. Snap call by 2 pairs. Yeah, good run of cards here from Miss Oracle. Playing a damn good game, though. Playing a damn good game. Jack 7 suited limps it in. 10-8-0 raises it up. Miss Oracle's just being a bully now. Good board here for Jack 7 of clubs. King Jack 4 flop 2 clubs. Oracle checks over. No real draw on the flop. Backdoor straight draws. 6 on the turn is nothing. No equity at all for Miss Oracle here. None. Padilla with middle pair, second pair. The flush draw bets. Takes the pot down. Blinds go up. It's always shitty being the short stack. You pick up a nice pot. And then blinds go up, so you're kind of essentially where you just were beforehand. Anyways, Queen 3 raises it up and takes it down. Bree moving on along, and a Jack and a 3 limping it in, and a King and a 4 checking it back. King high board. Padilla with a straight draw to the 10 and the backdoor flush draw. It's only the 3 of hearts. They say fuck it, we'll still go for a bet here. 1.5 blinds into 2 1/4. Miss Oracle with the toppest of pairs finds the call. 9 on the turn. Pairs the board. 5 1/4 in the middle. Not a heart, so Padilla is just looking for a 10 here. I could just go for a big bet to rep Jack 10. They don't even go too large here. This could be some King X. 3 of a kind as well, obviously. 8 on the river. Flush draw does brick. 12 blinds in the middle. There's obviously still boats Padilla could have. So they could have boats, straights, 3 of a kind, top pair. This Oracle sitting here with King 4. Facing an 8 blind bet into 12. Very difficult call here for King 4, but I think we find it. Not going to be easy for Miss Oracle. They do find it. And it didn't even take them that long. Heads up poker, you got to call with your top pairs there. Ace King for Padilla. They rip it all in for 14 blinds and take it down pre. King for Padilla. Hopefully just limps it in. No, they raised to 2 blinds. Miss Oracle with Jack 3. Jack 3 folds and we're moving on along. Jack 4, Miss Oracle limps it in. King 6 suited, Padilla checks it back, and they get top pair this time. They return with top pair, face a 1 blind bet. We're off to the turn, dude. Oh, no, we're going to raise it up. 3.3 blinds, Miss Oracle with the backdoor flush draw. That's about it here. They just find the fold with Jack High. 18 blinds for Padilla, 5-3, oh, limping it in. Jack in a 3 in the big blind. Checking it back. It's a diamond draw versus 5 high. Flop goes check, check, king on the turn. Miss Oracle with a straight draw to the queen to go along with their flush draw. They face a 1.5 blind bet. We'll see a river card. The 10 of spades pairs the board. Padilla just with a stupid little 5 high. They check it back. See the bad news. Jack high is good for the pot. 16 blinds left for Miss Oracle to collect. Padilla with King 5 will rip it all in. Take it down pre. Jack 4, Padilla limps. 5 and a 4 for Miss Oracle. They rip it all in and they'll take it down pre. How about that? What do you think about that there, Mr. Padilla? Jack 2 as the bottom pair that turns into 3 of a kind. Miss Oracle checking back the flop. What, 10-9? Ace 8-2. 2 on the turn. Padilla overbets, takes the pot down. Jack and a 2 and a king and a 4. Limp pot. Oracle says no it's not, rips it in, takes it down pre. Ace king versus queen 9 suited. Don't rip it in, Padilla. Don't do it, dude. Feels like it's gonna happen. Just call. Let's see if oh, there's the all in. Ace king snap calls. Looking for a lot of help. An 8? No 8 here. Padilla is out in second place. Miss Oracle eventually gets the job done. Scoops the 360k up top. Wins the 115k heads up battle. Most importantly, the 25k super high roller WCOOP title. And Miss Oracle started this bad boy off with 12 blinds. Look what happens when you play a patient game and then you just bully the table when you get your spots. Hello Toddy, the beneficiary of a couple of 4-bet jams. Picking up aces to start this bad boy off. Padilla, big stack. Gets second place. What a fun one. Anyways, I suppose that's you in the show. So if you made it all the way through this bullshit, thanks for checking it on out. If you got any comments or suggestions on improving the show, fire them down in the comments below. And until next time, adios amigos.